more.
Okay.
We did exit combat, but
Okay.
yeah, you knocked out some
I'm
uh
so ready to be a witch tonight.
hobgoblins.
I forgot to post.
That's right.
Oh,
Yeah,
fuck.
so just a
Right.
quick rehash from last week. We started back at the Half Sail Tavern. Mr. Jasper, you did talk with. Oop, gonna grab my notebook over here because notes, which are important. Gunny Pitts. Yeah, your longtime
Gunny.
companion, Gunny Pitts. He was a halfling who dreams of owning his own boat one day. You kind of traded some general banter, some rumors going around Rivertide, seeing what's going on. Uh, we once you got all the information you felt necessary out of him, we kind of moved along. There was some more beer drank. There was some more flirtation. You needed to go, and I'll pop back over to our general map of Rivertide over here for everybody. So we needed to move along to the River District from the Half Sail Tavern.
Ooh.
It took you till about midnight to get over there, finding the northern bridge being very, very busy with moving goods out of the district, being forced to take the southern bridge, being guarded by none other than the guy who was essentially the
Huge
guard
dude.
of that bridge. Yeah, so if everyone needs a visual of what the guy looks like.
Yeah, what was his
That's
dick
him.
size again? Oh, right.
Yeah,
Massive.
so
right.
Oh
Shit,
my
dude.
god.
Thank God we didn't get into combat with this guy. He would have fucking
Yeah.
reamed
No,
us.
I said that Zora was gay, but
Hey, I'm trying to get in combat with this guy.
Yeah.
that guy looks very.
So-
Yeah.
Wait,
you know
wait.
what? I've
Did
changed my
you
mind.
did you get this from TJ's Instagram?
No.
yeah, I had to tone down the muscles a little bit, but
Yeah, makes sense. It looks a bit, yeah.
yeah, it was a little unrealistic. So
It needs
Little
more hair. More
taken.
hair too. More hair.
Yeah, I am a hairy son of a bitch. That is not.
so yes, our lovely resident potion slinger / rogue did
There
give
we
the
go.
guy a potion which gave him a benevolent eye, allowing him to see everywhere in Rivertide. And
God damn.
Dude, this
Yeah.
guy's about to poke out my benevolent eye. How do I close
Yeah.
this?
You can just hit
How
exit.
do I
You can
close
exit out.
this, dude? Okay. I'm like just staring at this shit while you're talking.
Which
Yeah,
Which
like
one
no
of your
one forced you to
benevolent
keep
eyes?
it open, and you just got it.
I'm like, okay, benevolent eye, right?
I'm just gonna keep it open for the rest of the game.
Set it to the side.
Hey, how do I
Whatever.
move my
Zoomed in.
character? You have to move the picture out of the way first.
Yeah.
Not gonna
Can we
happen.
please? We need to make sure that Dolores doesn't see this guy, please.
Yeah, Dolores doesn't really leave.
Come on,
Uh,
D-Lo.
Yeah, Dolores doesn't really leave the Hillside Heights unless it's to go to the Half Sail Tavern. So, yeah, so you did kind of somewhat. I think it was a nat 20 too on having him drink this potion. Just on a causation to pay the river toll, just to have him be essentially become an all-seeing being. So that happened. We did move into the River District where we met a very, very hyper goblin who was kind of taking care of all of the ins and outs of
The trade.
Yeah, the trade there. Which was his name. There it is. His name was Grack. Grack of the Grick. Grack of the Grick. He is, again, responsible for all the ins and outs, knowing everything that's going on in the River District. After some pretty decent persuasion and some name dropping, you did find the house / safe. A little bit of again, this area of the River District was repurposed from like shantytown housing and moved into storage. So a lot of the previous houses that we learned after combat that Jasper lit a poor couple's house on fire, who was very nice, but they were like kind of upset. But
You
at
put
the end
it
of the
out.
day, yeah, they put it out. Our resident bard did definitely attribute the saving slash fabricated rescuing of these people's houses with a nice beautiful mural on the outside, which there is. I don't know if I mentioned it last week. That wasn't a that was a bard point awarded to you. So make sure you're keeping track
Oh.
of those for.
Yep.
Yep, cool. So we did log that. And in our vault that we did find was the kind of reason we're in the River District here at now probably like 1 a.m. Was a very mysterious, perfectly smooth, smooth cube. That's just we found. There is no way to. I know this isn't exciting as our last handout to everybody, but this is the cube.
That's so cool. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Cube.
So yeah, we have this mysterious cube, which
Tungskin cube.
yeah, which hasn't been. We tried smashing it. We tried lighting it on fire. We tried all sorts of things, which just created more noise and alerted the hobgoblins that there was some people making a pickup, which they were very interested in. We did take care of them pretty handily, though, so well done for that, everybody. And now, yeah, we return back to the River District. With this cube in hand.
I'm assuming Zora would be holding the cube, right?
Yes,
I-
I am holding the cube.
Okay.
Mm.
So we are leaving off
I
Zora.
have that. I have added it. I added it to my inventory last session.
Great.
Just to make sure that.
Doesn't hurt
we were
anyone, you
keeping-
said, right?
Yeah. Oh, and one last little rehash. I know Ash and I believe someone else kind of hopped through these the buildings over here to find some stuff. A letter that was
I
written
think it was
pretty.
just Ash. It was just Ash. I
Yeah.
think he was the only one that fit.
Was written in High Elven, a dialect that some people are familiar with, but Ash was definitely the most familiar with. And that kind of letter was addressed attaining to Sym Alari, which is a High Elven city, just pretty much due east of Rivertide. Where we'd like to begin.
Well, where was from our understanding, the house that's Zora's closest to, that was the house that burnt down.
No, the house, up north.
Well, that was going
directly
to burn
north.
down.
Yes.
Do we maybe want to go through this door that I think that's Jasper is right next to? Do we want to explore that, or was that just an empty room?
I think that was where Ash went in.
Is that
Yes.
where Ash went in?
That's where he
Okay.
squeezed in.
So that's the room with the grumpy drow guy, and the Nora.
And is that
At
where
least-
we found it? Where did we find the cube again?
We found the cube at house B13.
Which was this house, but again,
yeah,
so
here.
once like you kind of go into it, it was set up as a pickup. But like essentially once Ash kind of explored a little more, he found out there was like a network of connected houses where there was storage. There's people living in kind of like all this storage space, as well as again, like this area was, because I believe someone rolled like kind of a history knowing that the River District was once a place where people lived, but certain powers that be just kind of changed that. Whether they decided to move or not, they were just storing things in their houses.
Okay. Do we want to maybe look at exploring that sort of network that Ash discovered? What do we think?
So I don't know much about. I'm out of my depth when it comes to a lot of
Okay,
magical things.
we left off.
Especially-
Zora, you had picked it up, right? You had picked up the cube, like you actually have it in hand.
Ish.
I mean,
My inventory.
I was
And-
super eager to get out of here. So if we're picking up right here, you've picked it up. I think I would immediately jump up and be like, "Let's go."
Okay, however, as the resident expert, or the only one that really knows anything about this Mysticlower, is it cause to alarm that the note that Ash read us said that there's a new strain? I mean, is this shit like, what does it do? You know what I mean? I don't know what it does. Do you know what it does?
What does Mystic
Do you know what it do?
Flower mean?
It's the flower, the
Let-
drug
let-
flower that boosts the economy.
Yeah,
That's what
Applelord, do you know
Rivertide
anything
runs
about
on.
it?
Actually, yeah, Ty, because I'm from. Well, I wouldn't know anything about the new strain, I guess, because I don't really run in those circles.
Yeah. So I mean, being you, I mean, like again, you're from Midhaven, so you kind of like have heard the stories. I mean, like you chose to come to Rivertide at this point. So being from Midhaven, you're like, okay, I can go there. There's definitely coin to be made. There's stories to be told. I'll take history or nature, depending on.
Okay. Here I'm rolling virtual dice because I'm not quite at my computer yet. I'm about like 5 minutes away from home. I rolled a 9, so I don't.
Well, I was
That's
actually
probably
going to
not gonna kill
say,
me.
would I be able to give him an assist purely because I live in proxy to Riverrun, and just with my age, maybe with a history check, I might be able to assist him.
Like
Yeah,
bouncing ideas off each other.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you kind of like sharing like little whispers and stories. So sure, I'll give that a help.
While this is going down, Zora's just like staring at the box.
Sorry, guys, I'm useless. Another
The
9.
box obsession
She's
continues.
just like,
That's okay.
and
She's
like,
like-
you hear
she's
her
a-
whisper like occasionally. Open.
And then when
He's
that doesn't work,
obsessed
you
like
just
the
see her
fucking
trying to like
Lord of the
squeeze it.
Rings.
Yeah,
dude.
my precious.
I would just surmise.
She's
Yeah, I
getting
rolled another 9
circles
with
under her
advantage.
eyes.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I mean with 2 9s, I mean you just know that it's like mystical, enigmatic. It's native to Sabeloth, but specifically grows in great abundance in Rivertide
Raygate?
itself.
Oh, okay.
Because because of how particularly the moon hits the
It's only on a full moon, didn't you say?
What's that?
Didn't you say it only grows on a full moon?
It blooms on a full moon. So
okay.
so it's continuously growing, but once the moon hits the Raygate confluence, again, because it's more of like moon rays, not sun rays, because of how it hits the Raygate, the confluence is a river that joins at 3 spots, which is what this particular river does.
What's a Raygate? Sorry, Dan?
So a Raygate's the name of the river, Raygate. Confluence is a word for like where a river has 3 three rivers meet. So yeah, where it hits in this particular area of Rivertide, the Bexco Mountains definitely have something to do with it, with how it kind of reflects off the mountains. It just hits the river to allow the Mysticlower to bloom in full.
Yep.
But
And
like
then
that's
is there
kind of
anything
stuff,
with the harvesting? Is the harvesting tied to the bloom? So when it blooms?
Yes, yeah, you can only harvest the Mysticlower when like it's in bloom to get its full effect. Yeah, with the 9, that's all I can really. I mean, that's stuff we've already talked about before, so it's not like really new information. But yeah, nothing of this new strain. You kind of like asked Tweak about it. You're kind of racking your brain. You can't really fully hear or remember, even through like bardic rumors or songs that you're depicting lyrics from. It's just it is what it is. This new strain is completely a mystery to you.
Right. Yeah.
Do you guys think that there's? I mean, Ash, you're the one that found the note. Do you think that there's any more information you could get without waking up the grumpy guy, or do you think that this is just it's something that happens all the time, developing new strains? Like, I'm just worried.
I don't know
Because
what the rush is. I don't know why we should leave. I mean, I think it tells
Mm.
us enough that we should keep going because
do
I
you
don't
want
know.
to
We were
explore? You're
just
the only one that fits.
we were just jumped by a bunch of guys. This is clearly where we're
Oh,
supposed to
fuck.
be if that's the case, right?
We
I don't
do
know.
have the party though, but that's the next day, right?
Yes, and
Yeah,
I will
it's
remind
the
everyone
ball.
it is 1 a.m. So getting a full night's
Okay.
rest and without suffering any
Also-
levels of exhaustion will be a factor here.
Also, just because I was able to go through the hole, like we could just go where
Bust it
those guys
open.
came from. They came
Oh.
from somewhere.
Ash,
Why don't we just follow the way they came?
do you
Explore.
think here? Okay, what I would like you to do, if you feel comfortable with it, go back in there one more time. Or if you feel like you looked for if you feel like you saw everything you needed to see, then we can move on. But
We'll do everything she wants. Fuck, and then you start to muff.
maybe I'm cautious because I'm not a magic person. That's not what I do. I feel like it's kind of alarming that there's a new strain, and I want to make sure that we get as much information as we can. It doesn't seem like the people in this city are very forthcoming.
Apollo
with-
quickly interjects when you say that you're not magical. He goes, "Oh no, dear, you are quite magical. What you are not is perhaps arcane. That's the better word." Just a slight clarification.
Dumbass.
Dies next.
Uh,
I mean, if you just wanted to ask me to go back in, I have no problem doing it. But hey,
I'm talking
also,
in character, by the way. I'm not Lou. I'm Zora.
I'm talking
Yeah,
in
yeah, we
character
got
right now
that.
too.
Mhm.
I was like,
Mhm.
but I did go through there, and it, like, I'll be honest, I left early because I was kind of scared being alone. I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty dark in there, and it goes pretty far back. But like, I'll go back in there if you guys want me to.
Is there anything anyone can do to make
Yes,
him
any
feel
familiars? Perhaps and I look at
Yeah.
Tweak. Perhaps your frog companion.
less of a risk?
I look at Peanut and he goes, "Whatever floats your goat, baby." And he'll hop off and he'll bounce over to Ash. Real quick though, Ty, what's the entrance again? If you give us a refresher, like on why only Ash can fit.
Okay, so this particular door was it was like a half. It's almost like a sideways door slot. So essentially, it was like a medium smaller size space where the door opened in.
Is that your wife?
It's
that
my
your
wife.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what I was
this is
waiting at.
that's a close stream.
Yeah.
Everybody. Yeah. This is my wife.
My wife.
My wife.
My wife.
Yeah, sorry.
She just got back.
Sorry, Ty.
I have tacos.
She brought me tacos.
Ooh, best wife
hell yeah.
ever.
This
She's
is
Not
my
enough for the whole
wife.
class.
She's sweet. She
My
brings
wife.
tacos.
Mhm.
Love her.
So yeah, to essentially explain, love you.
Come on.
Love you too.
Kiss. Kiss. Do a kiss. Do a kiss. Yeah, come on. Yeah.
Yeah.
We love love. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next.
Yeah.
No, it's a
Sorry,
Stop
silly.
it, you
Bring up
fucking
the picture of the
heathens.
guy again, honey. Just bring up the picture of the guy and you'll be fine.
So is there any way we'd be able?
Aha, you are
So yes, it essentially opens like again, it's like a door that's turned 90
Yep.
90
I get that.
degrees and it opens
So
this way. So like it's if you're Ash can get into it because like, it's a small entry. If other people want to get into it, it's going to be an acrobatics check.
Okay.
Anyone who's larger and like people like
Zora.
Zora's
That's
going
a
to
bit-
be
I'm
it's
not going in that hole, okay?
it's gonna be
I'm not getting
disadvantage.
back out.
I'll go in it. Where are we going?
So it's this doorway right where Jasper's standing.
Wait,
Alright.
could Becky Sue? I mean, you're pretty small and you're dexterous and agile. Probably pretty flexible. We can find that out later. Do you think you could? Do you think you could fit through that hole?
Probably.
She might be a pretty good choice. I'm just saying.
Pretty skinny.
She's so skinny I can't even see her right now.
Yeah.
So,
Float away in the wind. What do I do? Acrobatics?
So I reckon what we do first, we'll see if it's worth going. I was asking more to see if we could go in theoretically, and obviously it's an acrobatics check. I reckon what might be the move
Peanut?
is Ash and Peanut go in, have a little look to see if there is any sort of. I know you said it was connected to a network, but maybe we can get some more information, see if it might be worth it. And then if it is, we can all jump in. Except Zora, maybe. But Zora, you should come.
Let me see if I got any lube in my bag.
I got lube.
If you don't, I do.
Yeah, I mean, maybe
It's just
if we
peanut
move me
spit.
up a little
Yeah.
bit. Oh my god.
Octua.
I'll look.
Frog Tua.
I'll look in my bag. You guys delegate who the small motherfucker going through the hole is.
Well, again, I know we're all willing to fit through this fucking hole and everything like that, but like, why don't we just go to where these people came from?
Yeah.
It seems like there's an opening for us to just all go through and like stick together. Hey, I'm all for Mission Impossible. Me going by myself, all no problem. But
you would be going in there to get information.
I'll go with you.
I'll go in there. Fine. I'll go in there.
We're not going in there necessarily. I mean, I wasn't even aware of a network, so that's news to me. But network in the whole situation sounds like it's gonna be real bad for me. So I was just my only concern is what the fuck is this new strain and how do we get more information, because there's got to be someone in the city that would be happy to have that information and maybe give us a little bit of money for it. That's all I'm saying. It's not extortion. It's just a reward for our good behavior.
All right, so what we'll do to move this forward, I reckon, Ash, jump through the window, and while you're doing that, maybe Zora can stand guard at the front, just in case anything happens. And then maybe we can all split up and walk around the building and see if there are any other entrances. Does that sound good?
Position myself as the guard.
Mm-hmm. Even though I know Jasper wants to leave, up to everyone if they want to come for a bit of a stroll and see if we want to follow, because Ash is probably a bit wise to see if there's a different entrance. So maybe we'll give that a go.
I also trust Jasper. He knows the city better than anybody, so let's make this quick. Let's two birds, one stone. Jump back in there, get some information, make it quick. Don't wake up the grumpy guy. And that's probably the biggest thing. We were warned not to wake him up. Don't wake him up. And then we'll get the fuck out of here. With Jinx as the lead.
I pray that Ash jumps in there and something goes wrong and he's like, help, and Zora has to try and fit through this.
It's just like, and I get stuck like Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah. And then we all find another entrance and we're in the room and you're just in the hole.
It is like my bottom half is just stuck out of the hole.
So Ty, how do you want to run
any
this?
ideas?
So, after every once in a while, I do roll some dice. And I said, okay, if I roll, no, that's my job. If I roll over a 90 on this D100, I'm gonna roll on this table. So at this point, coming down the alley, is a handful of guards.
Here we go.
Like city guards, yeah? City guards?
Yeah, city guards, and they're on patrol, and they go, Oi, what are you doing here? This is off limits.
I was sitting on the floor, kind of beside, like, head in hands. I'd given up. No one was listening to me at this point. When I see the guards come up, I immediately hop up and I go, "We were just leaving," and I start trying to motion people out of here.
I mean, yeah, that's a good call, but it's past curfew here.
All right.
What
Curfew,
was,
curfew, straight home. We're heading straight home.
I just say, no, please do not fret. We were sent by the captain of the guard. What was his name? I know
Alistair
his
Drake.
name. I know
Alistair
yeah,
his
Drake.
name.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Roll.
I name drop.
Yeah, roll deception with advantage for the name drop.
Ooh.
Okay. Yeah, I got my character sheet up. I want to link it to. I gotta do that through Discord.
Are you home
It's
now,
gonna
or
take a minute.
for any
Okay.
reason? Do you want us to roll?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can roll for you if you want. I got D20 here.
No, I got it. So, deception, you said, Ty?
Yeah, deception with
Or
advantage. for-
persuasion? What was it?
Deception, because
Okay.
you weren't actually sent by Alistair. You were sent by
True.
Tristan.
Alright. 17 with advantage.
Okay, yeah. On their insight, they rolled a 7. So,
Nice.
Nice.
they go.
Let's go.
All right. Well, do you have papers?
But it still stands. We will head home. We apologize that we understand we are past curfew. It's just you know how Alistair can get him and his tasks. But don't you
Alistair.
worry, and I assure everyone. Come on.
Yep, Alistair's waiting.
Give me a quick charisma check. Just flat charisma, because I just want to see how they react to that particular statement.
Me? Okay. So
Yeah.
wait, what is that?
Just roll plus your charisma modifier.
Okay, my charisma. Okay. Oh, a natural one.
Ooh.
Oh
Okay.
no.
So this isn't like a good or bad thing. This is just they kind of keep quiet at that statement. They don't really, because it was like a, you know how Alistair is, and it would have been like
Yeah.
they would have divulged a little more information on Alistair if you rolled well, but you didn't.
Gotcha.
So they
gotcha.
they like
Okay.
completely kind of clam up at that and don't speak any
Don't speak.
personal information about Alistair.
That's
Okay.
lucky. That's lucky that was on that roll. Got that out of there.
Yeah. So they go, all right. Well, does Alistair want you to go in there, or what are you doing?
Well, we were sent here to
Um,
put out a
What
fire.
are you doing? Is a better question.
We're
Okay.
we're on patrol here
With specific instructions or just
to make sure no one's
Strolling
breaking
around.
curfew.
okay.
Okay.
I'd probably walk up to one of the guards. Oh, there goes Apala. I'd walk up to one of the guards, and I'd take on the role of a bit of like an angry grandpa, and I'd
Okay.
be like, well, not angry, but you know, like an angry old man. I'd be like, and where were you young whippersnappers when the fire started, huh? We saved that house, did you?
Well, we didn't
Now,
know.
you should be thanking us for our duties. And I walk up to Jasper and I said, "This fine man put out the fire. He did your job for you."
Roll
I did.
intimidation.
What'd you say?
Roll intimidation, because you're essentially just intimidating these guys that
Hell
they
yeah.
didn't do their job well. So
Yeah.
Can I
Let's
help
roll
with that?
17.
Damn it,
Oh, yeah.
I don't even need to.
No, you can. I'm not getting
No, I
that
was just gonna
20.
say.
try. We can try.
I
I
forgot
think
what I was
You're
gonna
an
say.
intimidating force, so I don't see why not.
I kind of forgot what I was gonna say though, because I didn't want to just roll. I wanted to say something and then help, but I forgot already.
Okay, so no help.
Fuck!
17.
Yeah.
No, these guards just go, well, okay. Yeah. Well, it seems that we aren't great at our jobs. Fine. Listen, just don't tell Alistar. And they say, but keep it moving.
Why are
And
you
they
so scared of him?
Well, he's their boss, to be fair.
yes, give me
There's plenty of
persuasion.
bosses
Give
that
me
aren't
give me
scary.
persuasion at disadvantage because this was kind of already tried to been pride. Again, I gave a chance for this, but this will be persuasion at disadvantage here.
14.
It's pretty good.
Good. They'll go. Okay. Alistar is someone who he's one to take a bribe, and it's bitten us as gods in our ass once, twice, too many times. He slipped.
Sorry.
The audio on that was insane,
It
dude.
was. I looked all around. I'm like, what the fuck?
It's literally right next to my mic. I'm
Holy
so
shit.
sorry.
It was
sorry.
like mega
was wild.
bass
good.
boosted, dude. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
like bass boosted. It was
Yeah.
yeah,
We're
like
on a
glug glug glug. Yeah.
We're on like a dock over water, right now. I
Yeah.
thought for sure you cued a sound of something coming out of
I
the
did.
water.
Dude, that was a
Yeah.
soundboard, 100% soundboard. I was
Good
like,
job,
what is going
Sparky.
on, dude?
I'm so
Good job, Sparky.
sorry. I'm
Aquaman.
No, that was
I've been
so
really
good.
getting
I'm
into
immersed.
what's never mind.
Honestly, cheers to that.
Yeah.
Cheers, sorry, I ruined your flow state, mate. My bad.
No, that's
Funny.
okay. Shit. Oh yeah.
Don't worry.
Yeah, he's one to take
Alistair's
a
one to
bribe.
take a bribe, and it's at the guard's expense.
Mhm.
Yeah, we've
That's
lost.
not the right word.
Nope. I mean, we've lost men. It's been hard. I lost Jesse last week because
Yes.
Who's Jesse? Like cheering Jesse.
Oh my god.
But yeah,
Yeah,
Tweak would kind
sorry,
of
rip Jesse.
Yeah, rest in
Jesse-
peace, you, my boy.
Yeah, that was my bruv. That was my brother. He Alistar sent him me sent him out and he never came back, and I mean, turns out Alistar was just needed a favor repaid, and he died.
Where did he
That was-
send Jesse?
That's the fucked part.
Nobody knows.
I don't know.
No offense, but Alistair doesn't sound like a very good leader.
Yeah, well, with the bribes, he gets the money, and when he gets the money, he
Can I
keeps
make
the
an
position.
insight check just to make sure that this guy's not yanking our chain?
Yeah, for sure.
Would you do? Yeah,
Is
you have a go.
Jesse
Jake.
real?
Do we roll insight or perception? Apple?
Well, yeah, Appler's rolling insight here.
I rolled a 9.
I mean, as the man's getting emotional.
Hmm.
I go from like a cocked eyebrow skeptic to like teary eyed. Like that's horrible. I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know where the money goes or comes from, but he keeps getting it, and he stays in power, and you know, we've tried to bring it up to notes. We tried to bring it up to Lady Sepharina, but
Oh, the mayor.
she seems to be genuine about it, but She hears our issues and nothing really comes to fruition.
This place
It's-
sounds incredibly corrupted.
Listen, Rivertide's a good place.
It doesn't
It
sound
is.
that way.
No, it is. It's just
He's-
misguided.
These are problems that would never exist in Carcanet.
He stares at you blankly. I don't know
You
where
don't
that
know?
is.
Okay, well, that's fine.
But
I'm gonna let that slide.
okay, listen, it's late, you guys. If you can move it along, I'm not gonna stop you, but I can't promise the next patrol. They take this very seriously. Alistar takes this very seriously. All of this area is under pretty hard watch. I don't know how you guys have been in this area this long.
How do you know how long we've been here?
Because no guards have reported you. And there was a house that was set on fire and put out, so that doesn't just happen in 6 seconds.
One more question. We were invited to a soiree hosted by your boss tomorrow. And our little friend here was asked to speak on his behalf. Do you think that that's a smart decision? Or are we enabling some great evil? Because this guy seems really bad. I need you to tell me. And like, there's like a guttural growl when she says
Okay,
it.
so give me intimidation.
Not the guttural growl, dude. Oh no.
It was not very guttural.
14.
On all?
Fuck! Me.
He does kind of like, he goes, listen, it's not necessary. I don't think Alistar is evil. I just think he's easily persuaded by money, and that can be, you can say that's evil in one way or the other, but I mean, everyone has their motives. I don't think that his intentions of putting your friend here on a pedestal is anything short but raising money for whatever. I'm sure he told you that we're short staffed, which is absolutely the case because like Jesse, we're losing men.
Side note, Ty, how much would a beer or a mead at the local inn cost roughly?
Like
5 silver?
No, like one to 3 silver. Depends on where they're going. 1 to 3 silver.
Okay. Well, I would kind of sneakily, not super sneakily, but I'd pull like 9 silver out of my pocket. There's 3 of them, and I'd look at the guard speaking, and I'd say,
also Tweak only carries copper, so you're giving him. Tweak only carries copper with him.
I'd change sneakily into, I pull out my bag of money and I look at him and I say, young fella, what's your name?
Grist.
I say, Grist? And I kind of gently grab his hand, not in a threatening way. I don't know if he allows me, but I pull his palm out in front and I pull my wallet out and I'd start counting out 30 copper. And as I'm pulling out each individual copper, I look at him and I say, in all my years, I find that grief is only healed by time. But one thing certainly helps. Alcohol. And by that time, hopefully I've counted to 30 if I grab my 5 or whatever.
Mhm.
I say, when y'all finish your shift, I want you to go local in and have a meet on me and have a cheers for Jesse. And then I don't pinch his cheek, but I like to think I give like the like a little, I don't know, like an old man, like pat on the shoulder sort of thing.
How big? Could you describe to me these coins? Like, how big is a copper coin?
I mean, it's a
We're
penny
talking.
size.
Okay.
Like a
But he pulled out
coaster?
90 of
And
them
each
though, so
copper
that's
is like
quite
a
a bit,
coaster.
Oh yeah,
right? This was
well,
90 coins that he just dealt.
As we learned when Becky Sue tried to rob Tweak when he was having one of his episodes.
Right.
I was asleep. I wasn't having an episode.
No, you were having an episode.
Right.
It was full daylight. But as we learned, when she found a very,
Your eyes were
very
still
large,
open.
Yeah, she found a very, very large like coin purse, which her eyes definitely lit up on. And then on further inspection, we noticed that Tweak carries all of his money in copper pieces. So he has the equivalent of 30 gold of copper.
Oh my god.
So it was like, I want to say it's like 3,000 copper.
Yeah, it is 3,000. I deducted 90, by the way, but yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Anyway.
So it was just a big,
Amazing.
big amount.
Okay.
As I'm putting them in, he actually has to get his other hand just to cup all the fucking coins. Anyway. Yeah. But yeah, I would look at him. Oh, sorry, what was his name again? I meant to write it down.
Gist.
Gist? Cool.
Gist is the name of the guard?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm assuming Gist is also the one that lost Jesse.
Yes.
Because I put that in my notes as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. But yeah, that's what Tweak would want to do in that situation.
Okay. And yeah, he goes, listen, yeah, you guys can move it along. I thank you so much, sir. It's been a hard day. I found out about Jesse about 4, so but yeah, I got him on your post. By
the way, is it winter time?
It's like crisp fall. We established that, I think, first session.
Okay.
It was like pretty like on-set fall.
Okay. Because if I get the impression he's struggling, it's cold, I'd look at him and say, well, if you ever need a blanket made, make sure you see Eleanor at the Quilt Club. Tell her Tweak sent you. You get a nice juicy discount. And give him a little wink.
Oh yeah, those nice ladies at the Quilt Club. I do have to kind of do check-ins every once in a while with them. They do call quite a bunch about their neighbors. Yeah, sure. No, thank you. But yeah, listen. And he's going to. Yep. Okay. He rolled insight, or I'm sorry, perception. Seems that you have your package for Alistar, and at that point he's kind of like questioning what's happening here with Alistar. I think it's best you move on, but we're just going to continue our patrol. And they continue on north here.
Cool.
I let out a big yawn, and I'm like, well, I don't know about you all, but I'm quite cooped. And if we are going to have our withal for tomorrow's soiree, I think it's best we call it.
Yeah, it's time to go.
Yeah, let's go drop this thing off.
We can always
Drop
come
it
back.
off where? Wait, have we got to drop
the-
it off somewhere? Do we know where we got to drop it off?
Yeah, the heart of Rivertide.
Oh, okay. All right.
But we can do it tomorrow morning, right? Or do we have to do it right now?
We have to do it tonight. We have to go to the heart of Rivertide and drop this. Hold on, let me look at my notes again.
It's you're dropping it into the warehouse district.
Yeah.
There's a safe drop spot at the warehouse district.
Exactly. Okay. It's inside of the Riverheart Commons. And yeah, we just gotta swing over there, drop it off, and leave. Go back home. But that letter, the the
Yeah.
letter you got, Ash. Please keep it safe. It's very
What
important.
was in the letter again? Would you mind if we read that out again? Maybe.
Yeah, can you read that
That
out?
would be great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So essentially, what was able to be kind of taken from the letter. It was written in very like high elf, crazy, like educated vocabulary. So that's why the intelligence checks were needed. But what we essentially surmised from it, which Ash knew because of reasons, that there was a word written to Sym Alari that there was a new strain of Mysticlower that yes, thank you. Yeah, and there
I put
it's
it in
like
chat if y'all want to.
What's up, Spent?
Thank you.
yeah, shipment of Mysticlower, a new strain, and the heads of similar are anxious to see what the new strain does. Was for everybody else.
I think that the reason why it's like all a little choppy is because Ash didn't roll super duper high, and we were like getting bits and pieces. So that's
Yeah,
Okay.
again, it's like
Yeah.
it's like super. It's like essentially using language intentionally
not a complete
so like at like a high level of vocabulary and intellect that it's written in code because it's using like this very specific dialect in this very like vague adjectives and ways of just talking that's so upper class that it's intentionally to be so no one of like
Bougie.
common means, yeah, so no one of common means is able to understand it.
Man, Ash flushed that one. Good shit. Do we know who the Sym Alari are?
So Sym
Or is that
Alari
a
is a
The place.
yeah, it's a place
That's where
in
Ash is from. This is out of character though. We don't know that. I guess I don't think he's
okay.
told us that yet.
Last time I did say that like I knew about Sym Alari because
It's
everybody
a
was
place.
somebody
Yeah,
did
okay.
say what's a Sym Alari, and I said it's a place.
Okay.
But yes, I was kind of vague about it.
Yeah, okay. So we know it's a place, but we don't know much else.
Yeah. Wait. What did the note say? Yeah, the heads
A
of
shipment,
Sym
yeah.
Alari. Yeah. Okay. So it's,
Okay.
I can see how you might think it would be like an organization or something.
Yeah.
I guess
No,
Ash
cool.
Ash let us know when he told us about that it was a place. I believe.
And you would have communicated that it was written in High Elf, like that it was a high.
Yeah.
Like we know that.
Yeah, because what happened was Becky Sue tried to read it, but Becky Sue is an elf, but she's a backwoods elf, so she doesn't read high like
right. Yeah.
upper echelon Illuminati elf.
She reads Redneck Elf.
Yeah.
I get you. Dope.
And
All right.
then because Ash is from there and he speaks Elvish, I think probably mechanically the DC was lower for him.
That's some juicy lore I'd be keen to learn one day. Anyway, yeah. Do we want to drop off the cube and then all head to bed? Tweak's keen for that.
I think that's what we're doing.
Fuck that. I say we
drop
keep
this shit
going.
off. Here's the thing. I understand your eagerness, but we know what this place is. It didn't take us that long to get there. We did it once, we can do it again. We have a soiree to get to. It's 1 a.m. We have to go tomorrow. If not for Alistar, to find out more information about Alistar, because thanks to these guards, we've realized that the city is corrupt. And unfortunately, it hosts a magical plane that does magical things. And that's not a good place to be corrupt. I'm just saying.
I understand that. You just did so much work to get those guys off our backs, and feels like it's wasted if we just leave now, especially when we have such a opportune moment to, I don't know, search farther.
It's an opportune moment at 2 a.m.
Yeah. So who knows? When we're not going to be here till, I don't think we're going to be here till like 7 in the morning. We could
All right,
be
hurry
fairly
up.
quick.
Hurry up then. Go back in there, look around, and come back out.
Okay.
Make it quick. They said another patrol's coming, so it's on your fucking ass. That's all in character, too.
I hop in and I start running. to the back. Or I'd like to try
Running
and
is
stealth.
crazy.
I'd
That's my
like to.
character.
I'm talking. I would like to try and stealthily walk around in this place. So I'll roll a stealth check or whatever.
Running gives you the ick.
Yeah, like, can you not
And
in
I
front of me?
rolled a 6, so that's great.
So yeah, you go through, your shoulder immediately just kind of like bangs the door and slams the door shut. And it's not locked, but it's definitely closed. So I'm gonna close this door real quick. Pop up.
Can I? Is this normal? Is this normal lighting in here?
This is your dark
Or-
vision.
Okay, this is my dark vision.
Yes.
I'm just ever so slightly just walking in.
So we can't
Can
see.
can I just push the door open? Like keep it ajar with my foot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's all I want to do. I just want to make sure he has an exit since I'm standing guard.
I'd actually like to hide behind this bed and just try and like peek through.
Okay.
So I'm trying to go very slowly, very very slow.
All right, I'm gonna roll quick.
Isn't Peanut supposed to be in there too, Tweak?
We can throw Peanut in there.
Yeah, Peanut's with him. Peanut's with him.
Okay, cool.
Oh, first actually, hold on. To cover my tracks. Sorry, I want to go back in this room. To cover my tracks, I would like to put down my little doll,
Yes.
and I would like to whisper what it's gonna say. And I want it to say, I imagine it's like it's really dark in here, right? No.
Yes. Yeah. It's
Okay.
it's pitch black.
Okay. Wanted to say, turn back, and then leave this place. And
So for those who don't know, Ash does have one of his kind of starting magic items was a doll that can relay messages. So without divulging too much information, he just does have he has one of those. It is a talking doll, a wondrous item that can say messages. So.
And then the last thing I wanted to say is, leave now or die. And then that's it.
Okay.
I don't want to start walking away from it.
Yeah, that happens.
Is this a door to my left? Or like, what is this? Why is there like light coming through?
To your where? Can you ping it?
Ping.
One more time.
It's just directly in front of me. I don't know where the ping is. Where ping.
There is a small hole in that wall. If you can.
It's a hole.
Yeah.
Is it something I can like peek my head through for a second?
Yeah. Give me a perception check. Because
Okay.
it's
fine.
about a quarter of an inch.
Okay. Sick.
Is the hole at waist level?
Not at waist level. Nice try.
Why did we send
Oh,
this little
okay.
motherfucker in?
Shucks.
Can't see
I'm just,
shit.
I'm just rolling like shit.
I was gonna
dude.
say,
I
can we
don't know
roll a
what to tell you.
100 die here as he puts his eye up to this little hole?
I'm just rolling like shit.
Yeah. So no, not you. Really, just see a dark room and some floorboards.
Okay. And there's like nowhere else to go in here.
At the moment, no.
This is the room where I found the note, correct? Yeah.
It was this room that you found
The
the note.
next one, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll go back. Oh,
That's Peanuts.
oh, that's Peanuts. Okay. I
It's
was
a
like,
frog.
what the fuck?
Yeah, it's just a frog. It's just following you around.
Can,
Um,
never mind.
what's up?
Can Tweak mechanically, like, can Tweak see through Peanut?
I don't know.
I
Yeah,
can't.
I don't think
I think that might be something I might be able to develop, but I think at the moment, just given, I mean, that might be something I'll have to talk to Ty about in regards to the relationship. But
Is
like,
I thought he's your familiar. He's not your familiar.
Yeah.
no, I wouldn't. The mechanics are similar to a familiar, But I think at the moment where we kind of landed was he's more used as a backstory element as well as he's actually my spellcast focus. He's my arcane focus.
Okay.
So,
So he's not a
I'll talk.
beast?
He's
Is he a beast?
I wouldn't say he's a beast. I'll
Okay.
talk to Ty after the session, and we might have to figure out some things.
I
But
have
at the
something that
moment,
could have worked if he was a beast, but
This is the room where I saw the dude sleeping, correct? If I
Yeah.
remember correctly. Okay. And I'm guessing because I'm looking there, he's not there now.
That's correct.
Okay. I'd like to start making my way back.
making my way downtown.
Alright.
Make my way.
Back.
Make my way.
Peanut!
So
Good. Look at his
It's-
token.
it's pretty empty back there, but the guy that was sleeping is no longer sleeping there.
Oh, there he is.
So he's up and he's about doing something.
We gotta get out of here.
Wait, so is he gone further into the house? Is that what? That
No, I just went through. I went and checked pretty much
Obviously,
basically where I
we've
was
been
at the whole
door
time. And I
So
went to
where-
the spot where I didn't. I went to the spot where I could no longer go any further, and I looked in a hole and I couldn't see shit. So
Did
That's
Peanut
right.
see anything?
Peanut did not. Peanut rolled twice and did not come up with anything.
Right.
You're
Yeah, so-
rolling for Peanut?
So the best thing I could do is that I didn't see shit. The guy who was in there though that I took the note from, I'm guessing because I took it from a desk right next to his room, is up. So
I ain't seen nothing, baby.
I will say it goes back pretty fucking far, and it made me think that like going in where those hobgoblins came in, we could all probably go pretty far if you guys want to go that way.
Okay. Just to push things along a little bit, maybe everyone vote. Do they want to stay and explore, or do they want to go home? What do you reckon?
I want to reiterate too, it's pretty fucking big back there. Like there's a lot of stuff.
I say we do whatever adds to the plot.
Let's just keep in mind we have to go to this soiree tomorrow.
Yeah.
I mean,
We do,
what,
but I
what
guess we can sleep. We can sleep in. I've been known to see the
It's not
sunset
so late
every
night,
now
right?
and then, or sunrise, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
are we able to do that, Ty?
What's that?
Can we sleep in?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you can sleep
Okay.
in as long as you get that, those 8 hours. But
Doesn't matter. Okay.
What time's
Listen,
the
I
ball?
clearly don't want to piss off the guy whose town this is, and he's been very quiet. So, and I look straight at you, Jinx, and I'm like, if you want us to go, we can go. But I just feel like this is an opportunity for us to know a little bit more about the Mystic Flower stuff.
Well, what we do know about
You
Mystic
hear-
Flower, or what
Hear
I know
things
about
like,
Mystic
"You
Flower.
pussy!" And then that's night. I'm fucking.
Are we hearing these, by the way, Ash?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
good. So we know that there's some there we just haven't really spoken about.
Yeah.
We're all just being
Every time you
polite
see-
and like looking away, like.
Yeah.
It's just anytime that ever happens, Ash's face kind of goes a little bit blank, and he's like just saw like a ghost a little bit. He's just really embarrassed,
It's
but he acts like
he's
nothing is happening.
It's like he's just ripped a fat fart.
Yeah,
and he's just-
exactly.
He's like, oh,
Exactly.
excuse me,
Exactly.
excuse me.
I don't know what that was, guys. I'm scared. No.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Anyway, okay. Sorry, Jasper. Okay.
No, you're fine. You're fine. If Ash kind of referred to me and gave me a moment here to kind of speak with everyone, what I'd say is what I do know about Mystic Flower, new strain, old strain, whatever strain, is it's very expensive. Now we're sitting here with potentially a big freaking box full of it, and we're not supposed to be out here. I don't want to be here anymore. I think we need to move.
I
Yeah,
like it.
let's go.
Alright.
I'm
Tweak-
bleeding.
Tweak's old and he's tired, so he'd also want to go, even though I personally would love to get
We
in
can
there.
come back without the box. We know where this place is. We can come back.
Yeah, but to be
All
fair,
right, fine. Our plot sucks then.
mm.
Sorry, that's my bad. That's my job.
We can come back.
Plenty to explore. Plenty to explore.
That's fine.
Unfortunately, we're on time constraints. That's the only thing, and we have to like Jinx says. There's a lot of money.
Well, what's the distance?
Well,
what is the distance, Ty, from here to our drop off?
It's. I mean, you have to go back over the bridge or through the water.
Yeah, we have a long
back
way to go.
But how do we even know that
a
that's
long
what's
way
in
to
this
go.
box? Better question.
Wait, how do we know that? Are we assuming that the Mystic Cloud is in this
Well,
box?
that was the
when you
implication
shrank
with what Jinx just
the
said.
letter and okay.
That's what he just
Potentially. But potentially, we really don't know. But whatever it is, we're just sitting ducks out here,
and we're
you know?
not gonna know if we don't look.
And
for
we
more.
got a long way to go, ladies and gents. We got a long way to go with this big, old, bulky, shiny box in the middle of the night, past curfew here.
All right, let's go.
Let's get the fuck out of here, please.
I want to be rid of this box.
No more holes.
Ty, I grabbed my doll on the way back. I just did that as like a.
That's fine.
You know, as a covering my tracks.
I love that doll, by the way. That was funny. All right, so we heading?
We're heading. I think that's the consensus
Let's start
of the
moving.
group.
Let's start
How are
moving.
we gonna get to the river? How are we gonna get to the warehouse district?
So okay, so you all exit kind of like knowing your way through.
Can we go this way?
It's back where you came from, so it would be off the map. This is this is like you went into in video games terms, like this is an area you partially explored, can always come back to. So the direction you came is the direction that you're going back to where Grick of the Grack was at, and he goes, tut 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 tut, too long, keep moving.
Oh, we hear
this guy, this guy.
So he's just like, yep, tut 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 tut. As he's like kind of doing, he's again pulling the chains down, and almost he like pulls them all, like blocking your way and getting you to like move out of the river district, back towards where the guy's bridges was. I will say, you can see the North Bridge is clearly way more passable. But yeah, the guy is standing at the bridge.
You can see the shadow of his dick on the clock tower.
But there is the honey potion pink eye still floating above the bridge and almost just scanning everywhere around. You see like hooligan-like teenagers trying to pass the bridge, and the eye just like zooms up to him and just goes, "Give me your toll."
Period.
And then the little kids run away.
I love that eye. I love the eye guy.
So yeah, again, but you can kind of see the bridge. It's not that far away. It's clearly like the traffic is over.
Yeah, well, let's keep moving.
All right, so we're gonna go back onto our city map.
And we're going to the Riverheart Commons. Is that where that is, or where's the?
So your drop off is here down in the warehouse district.
Yeah. Okay.
So as you kind of make your way, Zora, give me an insight check.
While Zora's doing that, what did you say about North Bridge before?
18.
More truck. I'm sorry.
So the North Bridge, so yeah, there's two bridges. You guys went over the South Bridge last time, which is this one. This bridge was built by kind of like a gang to move more goods into the river district. Where the North Bridge is like the main bridge that you can kind of just use the city funds, whatever. Where the South Bridge is the one that was like built solely on the purpose of collecting goods and money.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. So Zora with an 18, as you're kind of like cradling, is the sphere, or I'm sorry, is the cube in your back, in your like your equipment pack, or are you just kind of like holding it?
I am ideally trying to do my best to conceal it, but I don't know how that's going to work.
Right. Yeah. You generally don't have a lot of like cargo space in your limited leather armor. But yeah, with your insight, with your insight, definitely can see there are some eyes on you, like holding or concealing, or even just like the weight of your backpack is being picked up by some people as you walk along. But by and by,
I would just anyone that their eyes linger too long, I'm just gonna give them like a.
just give them a little like shook. Yeah. Roll give me just a general intimidation for that as like kind of you walk along. How are you?
Baby!
Oh yeah.
I am
Oh.
a force.
So yeah, like as you're walking along, you can hold this cube out in front of
I
you,
just got it like this, and
just
I'm like fuck
this.
y'all.
Yeah, you're holding the cube in one hand, and like there's even just like a small, like there's like a very sickly, pale, like almost like urchin who like kind of comes up to you, and you just kind of like bounce the cube off of their face as they like kind of take
that's
it.
so mean.
But you're being intimidating. But yeah,
Can I
you
not hurt somebody?
you don't hurt them, but you just kind of like bounce it off their chest as it like they back away.
Oh fuck, that's so mean. Okay.
Yeah, but you guys like kind of again
They're
you're
a
walking
little
through. Yeah, they're. I mean,
They're a little hurt.
you do it playfully. You do it playfully, like as you would, but you're too strong for, Sometimes you are not as strong as you're stronger than you realize. Yeah, you make it to the warehouse district. And there's like kind of just like a Dropbox reception that you were told about, and it oddly enough fits the cube perfectly, as it was expected to be dropped there.
Oh fuck.
All right, say your goodbyes.
So yeah, you I said no one's dropped it yet, but like it fits. It's like it's there's like you told exactly where it was and where it would be, and it's there. And you ever see this like what is it like? It's not ASMR, but it's just like the oddly satisfying videos where like you like put something into something else and it fits like almost too perfectly. That's kind of how this would end up.
It makes like that sleek sound when it goes
Yeah, and like
in.
it slowly
Yeah.
If you were, I'm not saying
yeah.
you've done it yet, but like you kind of have the idea that this is what would happen if you did.
All right, say your goodbyes.
Yeah. Say your goodbyes.
No, let's get high. It's gonna pop out some fucking mist cloud. We'll smoke up, blaze up.
Oh my god. I'm saying if anyone has any last words, if not, I'm putting it in the fucking hole.
Yeah, you are.
Good riddance.
Yeah, go for it.
Let it go.
Send it.
Why am I oddly suspicious of Jinx right now?
Oh shit.
PvP.
Me.
PvP.
Me.
I am okay. I'm just saying, like totally in character. I'm very oddly suspicious why he wants it gone so bad. It seems like he's very sure that he knows what's in the box, and none of us have even. I mean, we're like, I'm literally whispering it to try and open it, and like, honey tried to stab it.
I splashed river water on it.
Everyone tried to do their thing. Like we had an Eldritch Blast, and meanwhile, the entire time, Jinx was off on the side, head in hands, like it's giving. Comment. It's giving. I know something that you don't. So I would like an insight check.
So now I'm being accused because I didn't beat on the box with a stick for an hour and a half.
No, not accused. Not
Okay.
Accused, but you have to understand the optics of that, right?
I gotta join the horde.
I didn't I have merely whispered sweet nothings to it.
Okay, wait.
Okay? I've said-
What check did you say? What were you doing?
I would like to roll an insight check. I would like to see
Okay.
if I would like. Okay, so I guess what I'm trying to, the information I'm trying to gather here is when he says "good riddance." Do I feel like he's in on something?
Give me a roll.
Do I feel like?
And also, Zora, would you feel that this would be plain for the rest of the group to see? Like, have you looked at him kind of suspicious?
I'm
or is
definitely.
this
I'm the dumbest of the group,
a...
but
Hard on your
I have
shoulder.
I have noticed.
I don't know
all-
about
well, I
that.
don't know if I'm the dumbest actually. I have an 11 intelligence. I have 13 wisdom.
I'm 9. I'm very dumb.
Oh, good lord.
Aren't
Okay,
you a
Apollor has no clue. He has no
I don't
damn
even
clue.
know how to
But
tell what my
also,
intelligence
Aren't you a
is, so
barbarian? How do
okay.
you have 13 wisdom? How does that work?
I rolled really high on my stats. My lowest score is an 11. But yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. And 19 constitution. Let me take some hits. Anyway.
All right, let me get an insight.
What I was gonna say was 16.
Okay, I do the thing now as a DM where I go to another party with Jasper. So Jasper, join me in Whispers.
All right.
Can we look at stream? Is that...
No, because he's not gonna be.
I'm kidding. Yeah. I know.
Oh, but
Okay, so you don't know what's in this box.
Right.
Genuinely, like your character doesn't. But how we can play this is, like you can roll deception to pretend you do. We can roll persuasion to say like, listen, I don't know what's in this. I just want the best for everybody. Like, let me just like, let's just like get rid of this and be done with it. Like that's your persuasion roll. Whatever, we just want to beat a 16 here. So however you want to play this as your character is based upon how what kind of roll. Deception will be like, I know what's in there, it's no good. If you want to kind of keep that mystery up, or like, hey, you can play it that way, or roll a history and be like, listen, I just know River District is super corrupt, let's not fuck with it, and kind of explain to her that way. And if like, you're not from here, I know what happens, like let's just play it that way. So however you want to play this is what roll we're going to do. We don't have to tell Lou, but we can roll it here.
Okay, well, I'm definitely it's like a persuasion roll, I think. I mean, what my whole angle here is that I don't want to fuck with these people. You know what I mean? Like this is like I know that this is not something I want to fuck with. So I would want to kind of convey to them like it's not that I know something you don't, or at least not in relation to the box or what's inside it. I just don't want to get us into deep shit.
Yeah, that's persuasion.
So I'd be persuading.
Give me a quick persuasion roll.
All right, you got it. Oh god, I rolled a 2 but a 6 with my advantage.
All right, let's bump back in session.
Oh god, okay. Oh fuck.
So all right.
So
so Jinx fumbles with his words here. Essentially, cheers.
Cheers.
And I'll let him further talk, but just to set up the scene, Jinx fumbles and tries to give you a bunch of information on like how he doesn't want the city to find out. They're dangerous. Like he's trying to get those words out, but he's not quite hitting where he wants to hit them. How does Zora react to this?
What were the words?
am I?
Yeah, Jasper. It kind of with that
Yeah, well,
you can.
It's not that I know any more or less than you guys. I'm just not trying to get into any shit. It's the middle of the night. We're wandering around with this box. I don't know what's in it. I don't want to get involved any more than we have to. That's the message I'm trying to convey is that.
Forgive me for thinking that you've conveyed what's in that box. Am I mistaken?
I have no idea.
With the insight, you definitely know that he doesn't know.
Okay. I want you to know I'm trying to trust you. We didn't start out on the right foot. You kind of hit me with some fire.
Well, yeah, right. Right.
And I can handle it. Trust me.
Course.
But I just need to know that your heart's in the right place. And I can trust you.
We're on the same team here. We're on the same team, guys.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and just put the cube in the...
No, let me do it. Let me do it.
Okay, now you're pushing it. I'm gonna let one hand in the cube and one in him. And...
But it fits perfect. Come on, let me do it.
No. Do you want to get bombs?
I walk away. Okay, I put my hands up. I take 3 steps back and I just kind of sigh.
I put the cube in the receiver.
Okay. As you do, it just slowly just like very, very slowly. Honey, you want to speak? Is that what is Honey like raising her hand, or are you just trying to like reset your camera?
No, she's doing. Yeah, she's focusing.
Okay, I wasn't sure if she was trying to speak or not. I'm sorry.
She was booping you on the forehead. Dude.
Yeah,
that was just like a.
But yeah, it slowly syncs perfectly as like again a perfectly designed delivery device would be here. And out is 6 perfectly rolled in brown paper gold pieces. So 1 for everybody.
Okay. That seems pretty fucking cheap,
Wait,
but that's
was
fine.
that is that what came out of the box? Was just gold?
No, what came out of the device that you put the drop in was the payment that you were.
It's just like a little mechanism. It spit gold out for us.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Do you know how to do that, Honey?
Nope.
Okay. Ty, could you add a gold piece on his inventory?
No. It was a roll of gold because it was promised was 40 gold per person.
Oh, okay.
By
my
Tristan.
bad.
So we're adding 40 gold.
Okay.
Everyone gets a roll of 40 gold here.
Okay.
Shit.
I added my gold.
Yeah, this was a big delivery. So this was the price that Tristan promised was the price paid.
Okay.
I'm so sorry. I was late last session, so wait, I got to do how many gold pieces? Copper pieces? Anyway,
no, these are gold, but you can exchange them for copper pieces at some point if you want.
Is Tweak gonna do that? Is that a thing? All right, Tweak will do that eventually. But
he probably will. Yeah.
I was late last session, so I missed the context as to what the whole box was for. Honey, if you go to your inventory,
hey, what's up, Icon Doom? Welcome in.
Up the top
I'm
right,
I'm the streamer.
You'll see you can click on the golds that you or whatever you already have, and then you can add it from there.
It's me.
But what was the context behind Tristan sending us on this mission? Were we intercepting a criminal's? Was this meant for someone else that we intercepted, or was this always intended for us?
It was very straight. Just pick it up from the harbor. I have a shipment that's coming in. Just bring it to my drop location. As far, unless there's anything anyone could add, that was very like straightforward. Like there was no. We got some inkling of like something's going on, and we found the note and all that, right? But
yeah.
And it's also fishy that he wanted us to do it at all. Like, why does he need us to do it? You know.
Well, I think
so that's what caused our suspicions.
Deniability. He right, like he didn't want to be tied to the act.
Correct.
Ah,
That's
that may
correct.
have also been.
Oh,
yeah,
because
right.
yeah, he's
So-
the
so we could
diplomat.
be
He's a
doing-
diplomat. He's a diplomat.
We-
So like his whole thing is like optics.
So, do we know if what we did was morally right?
You don't know.
This has been-
I
He
had a
said
lot of
no, he
questions,
did-
and I
yeah,
tried to
did ask him.
convey.
And he said that there was
yeah.
nothing morally wrong with the we did ask him that.
I
and we
was the
made
one that
it
asked him that.
Yeah.
Did we do a perception? Do we do a perception on that response?
Yes,
do we know?
I did. Yep.
And it checked
Yep.
out.
Okay.
Trust
Okay.
me, I've been trying very hard to assess the situation because like Zora is a princess from a is it a town, a city? Like what is
It's a
what is
town.
Car-
It's like a town village. It's not like
Yeah.
anything huge, but it's
Yeah.
well known enough for reasons we can get into later.
Yeah. But
But, like-
she's a princess of a village that
holds weight in
had,
Sabloth.
but they have integrity. Like that is their big
Yeah.
thing is honor and integrity and loyalty and compassion and kindness, and there's absolutely no way she would be okay with doing anything.
Okay. Unless it
And
was.
so
yeah,
I've
yeah,
asked a lot of questions. I asked Tristan if anyone, I literally said verbatim, is anyone gonna get hurt?
Yeah, they
Mm.
cross-examined the
this.
fuck out of that guy. The only thing they examined more than that guy was probably that box.
Okay.
I didn't say the
An
salon on
inanimate
the other guy.
object.
Yeah.
So
But
then,
yeah,
once
and-
again, sorry, looking at the bigger picture, then the people who came and we fought with, because I wasn't even there. I came in mid combat or at the start of combat.
Those are just
Were
people
they-
that saw us. They are people that just saw us on the dock. They saw us walking around, and then they circled back. It was just like a random roll. They weren't someone super special.
Are we sure of that?
As
Or
far
is
as
that-
As far as we know, yeah.
As far
yeah,
as we know. Okay.
I
Cool,
grappled
cool.
one and he hugged me, so I feel like they're okay.
You
Oh, that was
scared them into
funny,
hugging you.
right? Yeah.
Weren't you just so intimidating that he was like,
I grappled one and he just said, "Mummy."
Yeah, she like grabbed him and he like
Yeah, I
kind of
was
grabbed
there for
back a
that,
little
yeah.
bit, like embraced back and just kind of.
Are we doing this?
That was funny.
Cool.
But
Thank you.
that's exactly why I asked the guards too. Like there is a very there's an integral. It's by design that I'm asking a lot of these questions. And
Yeah.
Mhm.
that also is the
Okay.
reason why I asked you, Jinx.
Right.
But
Alright, cool.
yeah. So as far as we know,
Just
the
box,
diplomat
but
said
fishy.
that. Yep, the diplomat said that it was, or it's not even the diplomat. It's Tristan.
Who is Tristan, by the way? Because we haven't
Cartwright.
met him. Yeah, well, what's his role?
So he's
So-
a diplomat from. Oops, sorry, I'm not the DM. Let me shut up.
So yeah, Tristan is a diplomat who was attending. He was at the Half Sail Tavern, and after Appalore kind of gave a great like recap and essentially made BAM to be what they were. Kind of slipped in and said, "Hey, I have a job for you. Like, let's talk." And essentially, like, hired you guys to do it because he just kind of said, "Hey, this is a group. I would like to, have you do this thing for me." And
Okay.
he was a diplomat from one of the places. Notes.
Surely it wasn't. What's the name of the thing? So we're certain it wasn't Sym Alari?
No, Sym Alari is the Elven city.
The
This
elf
is
one,
this.
okay.
He's from Lathander's Blessing, which is
Okay.
the first two cities established in Sabloth, which is information everyone would know at this point from living on this continent.
Cool. Thank you. All right, so we all get our money. What do we do now? Go home?
Go to bed.
Mm.
Yeah.
Unless someone wants to stay up and have a drink.
Pretty
But we
good,
should definitely
probably.
we can make our way back to Half Sail. Well, Half Sail's not an inn. It's a tavern. Is it an inn?
It is both. Yeah, there are
Okay.
definitely like bunking quarters within the half sail. That's like really outside of unless Jasper has a.
Yeah, I was gonna ask. Can I like? Do I know of the best place? Is there a way I can?
I mean, this is the best. It's not necessarily the cheapest.
Oh, do I know how much it costs without us having to go there and ask?
Yeah, I mean it's still a gold piece a person, a bed a night, which is pretty. I mean, like this is Riverheart Commons. This is like center city, nice, like a little more bougie. While the Half Sail Tavern isn't like all the amenities, it's just location, location, location. Where it's on the river, it's it's right down the street from the mayor's place. So like they're not having any old person be able to afford to stay there because it's you know right in the heart of the city. Like you would know if you went south, there would be other taverns there.
Are the rooms safe? Like, is staying there safe, or is it
Oh
like
yeah, it's
you keep your money
probably
on
the
you?
safe. It's probably the safest place to stay in the city.
Okay, okay,
It's
that's what I was looking
while
for.
it's like you're paying part of that like luxury of staying in this area in the Riverheart Commons is the most heavily patrolled. While the river district is pretty heavily patrolled, like this is like where the mayor lives, where certain buildings that are very important to the trade lie. This is like where all the goods are stored in the warehouse district. Like everywhere in this like center part, all these bridges into the Riverheart Commons are guarded.
Already took it.
So yes, it is.
Okay,
100% the safest.
let's head there. Yeah, let's head to
We just got 40 gold pieces. We can definitely.
Yeah, we can afford it. We can afford it.
Yeah, this is
Might
a
as
big
well.
payday for fucking level 3. Like
Huge
this
cash.
is for this is delivering a big piece. So all right, you all get to the Half Sail Tavern. Again, you're greeted God, my notes there's so many notes. I gotta
Mal's ass.
yeah, Mal's ass.
How do I
They
know
greet
this?
you. They greet you. They say, "Oh, hey,
Don't fucking know.
yeah, welcome back. Oh, rooms? Yeah. It's a gold a person. I know it's a bit much, but no. Yeah, it's please. Uh, uh, and they kind of grab some keys. Um, and you were ushered up to some rooms. There is it's each room it sleeps 6, so perfect perfect for everybody. There are 6 bunks. Well, again, like a gold seems a lot for this, but you're paying more for safety. There's a small hearth in the middle of the room. There's a couple communal like kind of there's like some water buckets and some big basins that you can kind of wash yourself off in. um it seems safe and pleasant and nice. Like not the epitome of luxury, but you find yourself in a room there.
Is the gold just is it per person or for the room?
Per person.
Oh, okay.
Because
okay.
like
I was
it's like a
gonna say,
hostel, so like if like it
Yeah.
just so happens that it like each bunk sleeps 6. So if it was a party of 3, you would be sleeping with 3 other strangers in the room.
Okay.
So yeah, we get to do our first long rest.
Yeah.
So yeah,
We're all
the
live.
party is you're all live. Yeah, again, there's like a small like smoldering hearth in the middle. There's a couple just like what seems like driftwood. That's just kind of like floated to the Half Sail Tavern. Just putting it's not like the most warming, but it's not that cold right now. So there's like a small like salt smelling fire in the middle of the room. I'm gonna switch up the music for appropriate reasons.
gonna grab a beer really quick.
Yeah, grab a beer really quick.
I'm untethered.
Oh, you know, let me get a coffee. I got
Yeah,
a
if
coffee
anyone
ready.
needs to, if anyone needs to go to the bathroom or grab another drink, we'll do that now.
Oh, perfect.
As I set up the ambiance of the room. I think
Dude, I've been trying to force my kids to eat cake all night because it was my birthday like a couple days ago, so we have all this cake and
Happy birthday.
thank you, no more room in the fridge for like fucking cake. You know, it takes up so much space. I'm like trying to force more cake on them, like they won't take the cake, dude. I'm like, please, like eat more cake, guys, please. It's just
Let them
sitting
eat
out
cake.
at this point. Yeah, I don't know what to do. It's just sitting out.
Hey, can we get a cheers for Pierce's birthday? Happy birthday, buddy.
Happy birthday.
Cheers. I love some cake. I love your
What-
cake.
What you drinking there?
Oh.
What kind of
Kinda
cake?
What kind of?
Wouldn't you like to know?
It's
would
two
like to know.
different cakes smushed together. I'll show you guys. I don't know what it is, but I'll show you.
Well, no wonder you kids don't want to eat the cake. What do you mean? That sounds horrible. That sounds cursed. Two different. What are the two different cakes? What have you blended?
Oh wait, hold on. Chancellor and Co.
It is a $5.
I can't even show you. It's
Well,
destroyed.
Shiraz.
They've shredded it in there. It's off the plate. It's in the box. I can't even show you.
You couldn't even tell. Yeah, that would probably be the best. But hold on, sorry. Side note. You know this one. I received this as a gift from a client that I was going to open tonight. It is a Penfold
Ooh,
wine, which you know. I'm sure you'd know Penfold.
I'm very aware.
Yep. And the one, and I was going to open it tonight for my old man's birthday. This one's also a Shiraz. It's a Bin 138.
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Good
Yes.
wine?
Yep.
Good one.
Very-
Can
yeah.
confirm.
Yes. Can confirm.
Fantastic, because I was gonna open that up for my old man for his
Yeah.
birthday with
Get
dinner.
it for pops.
There you go. Now I need probably know that one because that's apparently a very nice bottle. I got it as a gift from a client. Yeah. Well, whilst we're still having a break, I just got to do one last thing, and then I'll be. But FYI as well, Ty, I heard everything. I got my headphones on.
Heard.
So
Cool. All right. Well, I'm gonna use the bathroom at the moment because that's my time.
Is it your birthday today, Piss?
No. It was on the 29th. It was like 4 days ago.
Okay. Yeah, I thought so. He's a birthday boy. It's still your birthday.
Birthday week.
Yep. Birthday month.
That's right.
That's right. Actually, it's my mommy's birthday in a week. So you have to share it.
So I think we can safely say here that we'll kind of talk about our what we want to do on our first long rest. We can get into as much or as little as we want, but we have the time. The party is sitting together for the first time after a very long day of kind of meeting each other and being kind of thrusted upon this new friendship. The smoldering, kind of salt-scented hearth sits in the middle of the room. Some people may have decided to sit around the fire. Some of them may have hit the bed here early. But there's just very much this sense of like, well, here we are. We're here. We're this is BAM. The conversations may have been had between people. Some people have not talking to each other yet, but there's just this very kind of like odd, almost sense of like, well, this is who we are. This is what we're doing. Here we are sitting in this room around the hearth of people I just met this morning. This crazy journalist named Ellie just kind of all invited us together to be here at this moment this morning, and we've killed people, we've laughed, we've talked to one another, but now we're here. It's quiet. Fire's crackling. It's very low, but there's just a sense of almost confusion and wonderment of what's happening in Sabeloth and Rivertide, and everyone just kind of looks at each other, wondering what happens next. They're gonna lay next to each other in this room to sleep, trusting the person next to them not to run away or steal from them. It's this just uneasy kind of feeling. But at the end of the day, everyone trusts one another.
Why are we here?
Here we go. This is where it gets juicy.
Who wants to start? I'll start. I'm here for fun. It's a lot of pressure being born into the family that I was born into, and as much as I love it, I think my brothers have it worse. So, I'm going to indulge in the freedom that I have. And I want to explore a little bit. I'm also looking for some action. I want to get stronger. What better place than Rivertide? Everyone comes here. Or so I've heard.
Any plans on going home?
Of course. I'm always going to end up at home. But for now, got a long road ahead of me.
How'd you find yourself a Rivertide?
Like I said, I heard everyone comes here. And in the midst of everyone, there's a few strong ones. I want to find them. I want to fight them. Win or lose. Doesn't really matter. There's always something to learn.
So you just looking for a big old fight? Is that why you're here?
Pretty much.
Fair enough.
You haven't figured that out about me yet?
That explains a lot.
What about you,
Well,
old man?
Well, I knew those muscles ain't for cracking open lids.
If you got a lid, I got you.
Jasper, as you interject, where are you finding yourself in this room? Are you by the fire, or did this just kind of come from like one of the bunks in the corner as you're like over listening?
Yeah, I've probably gone off to the corner. I'm probably already to like my bed area, maybe setting some of my stuff up. Maybe count my cash.
Dramatically though, like are you like in the corner, like standing like this, with your drink?
I would like to think I'm standing like that. I wish. I hope I'm standing like that.
You said
I hope I've got the attitude on that hip like that, dude. I hope, dude.
Yeah, I mean, like Jasper kind of just, I don't know what kind of pre-sleep like kind of preparation you're doing. What it looks like when Jasper winds down for the day. Without
I'm putting on a cute little onesie.
Yeah, I mean, like again, this is like
I've got little toe socks.
This is how we're characters like forming. Like, what does it look like when they're winding down? How are they relaxing? Zora's definitely sitting by the fire. Tweaks.
I'm by the fire, stretching my muscles like I'm I'd say I'm sitting in the comfiest chair possible in the room, and I'm looking to kind of stretch my muscles and wind down. Peanuts is in my lap, half asleep. That's definitely what we could be doing. Like, I need to wind down, Yeah, I've had naps throughout the day, evidently, as we found out through the sessions. So I am tired, but I'm not like tired. I'm physically tired.
Yeah. Honey, is Becky Sue finding herself like is she taking comfort in kind of prepping more potions for the day, because that will kind of have to happen at long rests? Every day you get the 3 kind of almost wild magic in nature potions where you're kind of crafting and creating. You're just throwing caution at the wind and just putting everything that you found during the day into a bottle and hoping it may or may not heal or hurt some money depending on what you look for. But they all take on this like very neon pink liquid in color as you kind of throw them in there. You're not really sure why that happens, but it seems to be they all take upon like the same color. Or you could be just having yourself an ale and drifting off into sleep. What does Becky Sue's night look like?
I'm probably doing both.
Just kind of falling asleep and putting the potions together, just kind of haphazardly, like
drinking and making
nature.
potions.
Yeah. So yeah, Becky Sue definitely stopped by the bar, grabbed a big thing of ale, brought it up with her. Maybe splashes a little old drip of the beer into every potion she has, just to kind of give her buyers a liquid courage when they do initially take the drink. Are you kind of in this conversation, or do you want to are you just doing this in the corner by yourself? What does that look like for Becky Sue?
What is the conversation about?
I think there's
story, history, why we're here.
Yeah, basically, I sat down at the fire. I poured up a fat fucking pint, and whoever else was around me might have heard. And I said, "Why are we here? It's our first long rest. It's our first time, like, really having a moment to speak to each other without
something happening,
a time limit or violence, or we're resting for once. And with rest comes resolution. So why are we here?
Not to metagame, this is also the part in D&D where if you're really interested in role play of your characters and the history behind why we're here and everything, this is when you'd be
You're not metagaming. This is 2 people's first time. So providing that insight is very valuable if they didn't know. And it's also not an obligation either. You guys don't have to.
No. Like, if you're not interested in RP, it could just literally be me and Lou talking, and then we finish.
There's also Ash and Appalor.
Yeah,
of course.
I mean, I was getting to them, but I guess we'll I'll roll. 1, 2, 3.
So
4,
was it
5.
my turn?
Ash.
Or...
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
you
was,
keep
it was
going.
funny.
It's
Yeah, yeah.
open discourse right now.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
What would
I
Becky's too.
basically said
Becky
like a
do.
generic, like a why are you here? And when no one spoke immediately, I took the turn to say, but anyone that's around, I'm asking that question to anybody. Why are you in Rivertide?
Kind of just see where my feet take me.
Or
No
your
Hello.
sock?
particular reason. Oh, my sock. Yeah.
Can we talk about this sock? And I kind of look at Ash and see his reaction.
I mean, there's not really much to talk about. It's just a sock on my hand. It's been there for a while.
And another thing, when the sock talks, have we witnessed if it's you talking or if it's genuinely coming out the sock?
You don't. The only person to have privy to this information currently is Apolor.
Okay, but we know that there is a voice.
You've heard the voice.
You've heard it.
the voice.
Yeah, we
You
just don't know.
You don't know what that voice is or why it's coming from Ash. Is just a voice that's happening. The only person who's to made physically clock where that voice is coming from has been Apolor.
Okay. As I ask that question, can I do an insight check? And what I'm trying to gauge, I guess, is if it's something that Ash is actively, well, I mean, yeah, no, I'll do an insight. Is it something that Ash is ashamed of? That's what I'm trying to gauge.
Yeah, I'll do that, and then Ash, give me a deception check if you wish.
I just rolled. I rolled a dirty 20.
Yeah,
13.
Yeah. Ash, in so many words. Oh.
Because for context, I think if it's something that Ash is ashamed of, Tweak wouldn't push it. Like if it's something that I can tell he's kind of like, what sock, and kind of shoving under his bum cheek or something, it's something that Tweak really wouldn't want to push. But if it's something, yeah.
I mean, if you win the roll, you won the roll. Ask the question that you want to ask.
Well, okay. Well, no. It's not necessarily the question I asked was, "What's the deal with the sock?" How would you react to that? Would there be elements of shame? Do you think, in regards to how you'd react? Like, is that what I'm feeling? What am I feeling toward the response?
My response would be like, I try not to give it as much attention as it takes itself. So the fact that you hearing it,
yeah.
The fact that I try to ignore, I know that I can't, and I know that it's out as much as it already has been. Like you guys have obviously noticed it. It's not something that I'm technically can hide, and you have been privy to knowing. I've just beat it around the bush and not said anything about it. And there's a reason why every single time something happens, you see Ash kind of put his hand inside of his jacket, just muffled, whatever. You almost think of it as like you can think of it as like an involuntary thing that happens. Think of like somebody that has like Tourette's, right? And how embarrassed they could be when it happens, right? There you go.
Okay. Yeah. No, that's a great. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So, you kind of generally get that feeling about Ash and that, and I would Tweak kind of just let that ride and not pry. I mean, Tweak's got like longevity and understanding of.
I wouldn't push it. I'd respect it. I think Tweak. I'm not here to try and I think Tweak's position was towards it. If I gauge that it's something that is like something he can't help, and there's a little bit of not shame necessarily, but it's not something he's open to talk about, I think that Tweak recognizes in his old age that pushing anybody to talk about something they don't want to talk about isn't necessarily going to be helpful unless I feel as though it can, or Tweak feels as though it can. So I think Tweak would kind of just not push it after that, you know.
Okay.
So yeah, that's Tweak's stance at least. I don't know about anyone else in the party if they'd just be like, "Why don't you take the damn sock off?" You know. But yeah.
Honey, while you're doing your potions, give me a. You're making them, and again, like a lot of these are kind of like wild, haphazardly put together. But I do want you to give me an intelligence check to like kind of see how that's going. So roll a d20, and you might be able to figure out like one of these potions what they do. So the next time you go into something, you have an idea of what you're giving the other person.
Oh. It's at 15.
15. Okay.
Yes.
And then this.
Kodak, you better stay the fuck away from that power button. You're getting real close.
Oh man, it's
You're
gonna.
getting real close, Kodak.
Calm down.
He's inching. Inching.
So with a 15,
He's gonna flick it with his tail.
your pink becomes like a translucent purple.
Ooh.
The bottle starts
Not
to
right
smell
now,
of
no.
elderberry. The children want the cake.
Fucking hell.
Not
You
right now, but later.
know this particular, and I rolled this on a table. You know this potion is a genuine hangover anti-alcohol cure. This is a 56. If I can show you my tray right now.
That's huge, honey.
The drinker is immune to effects, the negative effects of alcohol, and are immune to the poison condition for 1d4 hours. So you could take this potion, and you can one of these potions you can make them. You can kind of satchel them. They do have a 24-hour period. They do expire after that.
Fuck.
So I would write this down. But you have this potion that negates the negative effects of alcohol and makes you immune to poison.
So if she knows that,
Yes.
should we just get fucked up?
If
Also,
there's
another time, that's another.
It's
That's
only a 24 hour.
option.
It's
is it
literally
only
yeah. So it's either tonight or
Shot.
tomorrow night. Honey, tomorrow or Becky, tomorrow night at the soiree, you could get fucked up.
That actually could be really useful, right?
That could be so useful.
Drinking
Challenging
contest.
somebody to a
Yeah.
drinking contest. Oh,
Wait, huge. Stop. Ooh, that's pretty
Okay, but
fun.
only
How
Honey
many do I
knows what
have?
it is, right?
You have
None of us have any idea.
I'd like to think that what we're talking about right now, Honey's new to D&D, so we're just kind of opening her to the available
Yeah, of
options that she can kind of pursue what she would want to do.
That's actually so sick.
I'm
You
new
could
every
literally
week to D&D. I'm new.
But, like,
you've got a
so-
very high deception and all that stuff. You could definitely rope someone
so
into playing a
The
drinking
drinking game, yeah. And then hopefully they would start spilling shit and you'd just be like,
yeah,
okay.
so I will say the negative effects of being drunk in D&D, there comes with positive effects. You get advantage to charisma and what's the other one?
Stop. That's so sick.
Wisdom.
I've never heard of this.
Your
in my
cat is
life.
right. Your
Yeah.
cat is right on your thing, Honey. It's like right on it, right?
Yeah.
Kodak.
Advantage. Okay, so you get advantage on charisma, charisma skill checks, and advantage on saving throws made against fear. So essentially, like your charisma is doubled. In this particular.
And then
instance.
is it a disadvantage on dexterity?
It's a disadvantage on dexterity. So Honey would not have those disadvantages, but have the full advantages of being charismatic as fuck.
Very nice.
So Miss
The
Becky Sue,
Rizzler?
yeah, Miss Becky Sue is
Cute.
the Rizzler. Shout out to all the fucking Zoomers on stream right now.
Tweak's like, what the fuck, man?
So yeah, Becky
Honey,
Sue.
do you want me to put that in my notes so that you remember?
Yeah.
Okay. Potion of what is it?
Just say it's potion 56 on my chart, and I'll remember.
Love potion number
Okay.
9.
Yeah.
Last
Oh,
for-
Honey's got so many potions she can fuck with. It's kind of fucked up.
It's so sick.
This chart is Honey's character sheet. I've like semi homebrewed this character for Honey to be like as much fun for her as possible. So,
Tell you what isn't fun about you
Honey,
affecting the
stop.
character
Don't touch
sheet.
it.
All the fucking copper pieces I have to carry.
yeah, well, you know what? It's for flavor. So, would an old man carry 3,000 copper pieces?
Yeah, he would.
Yeah, he would.
Yeah.
That's his life savings, dude.
Hmm.
Yeah. Honey, with this newfound potion, what else are you doing?
I don't remember.
Why
That's
are you
okay.
here?
We'll save that. Yeah, we can save that for a second. We'll.
That was the question that Zora asked. If that
Yeah.
helps as a prompt.
If you want to think about it, we can hop to Appalore and you can resume.
Where are you from and why'd you come here? Type shit. 'Cause-
Yeah.
Apolor is just eager. He kind of sits off. He's with you guys, but he sits off a little bit to the side, maybe like a foot more, kind of just like communicating that he's still a part of the group, but he's also giving you guys your privacy to speak what you want to say, because he's also eager and hearing your guys' story. And as you tell, he also separates himself, and as you tell your guys' story, he's just kind of strumming his lute, and no real song, if you will, just kind of cycling through different melodies he's learned.
Ambiance. I love it.
Yeah, exactly. Kind of like he's there, and you can tell like he's not hiding, like he's not trying to like eavesdrop in a hidden way, sneaky way. Like yeah, he's there, he's listening, but he's also, you just get the impression like he's passive. You know, he's just like, okay, cool, whatever you guys say, cool.
Is he
I guess
writing down things actively? He's like telling a story, or
not physically writing down, but he's trying to keep mental note of different aspects of them.
Is the room we're in has our beds in it? All of our beds are in here along with the hearth?
It's
It's like a
two
big
triple
bunk
stacked.
room.
It's
Little
like
dorm.
two triple. It's not bunk beds. It's triple bunks.
Triple bunk beds, you said?
Yes, correct.
Oh my god, dude. My dream has come true. Okay. So Jasper right away, as soon as it started, he went over, because everyone else, so the beds would be pretty much unoccupied. I'm assuming Becky Sue is using like a table of some sort, because she's got a drink and the potions and all that. So I would have gone over to my bed, assuming where I'd be sleeping. I've kind of got my back to the group this whole time, and I've got a whole kind of factory going over there. I'm taking off I've clearly slept in these beds before. You know, I'm taking off the sheet and putting it on the pillowcase, and I'm taking the pillow and putting it on the other side of the bed, and I'm flipping the mattress over, and I'm doing all this stuff, but I've also pulled the trash can over, and I've got like a lot of kind of junk I'm throwing out, and I'm kind of going through my pockets and my sleeves, and I'm just really busy. I'm just really busy off in the corner as far as what everyone can see. I'm just really busy off in the corner, and just really not paying too much attention to everyone at this point. I'm very preoccupied. I've got my coins out on the bed, and I'm just super preoccupied. I'm not in this conversation, really, unless someone directly addresses me, you know?
Yeah, we'll shoot back to Zora. I think we'll just go in like a circle here.
Can I peek over to Becky and see what the fuck she's putting in the potions? Can I get any sort of insight check on like what is being done over there?
Such a rogue.
I'm just curious. Like,
It's
can I
just a
peek
rogue.
over? We're the
It's a
only
little bit of
two.
this, a little bit of that.
Yeah,
Yeah, like
Becky-
because we're the
Becky,
only two
what's-
not in the circle, you know. Like, so can I like kind of see what is like?
Yeah, from your vantage point at the top bunk, you can kind of like see what Becky's doing. So Becky,
Oh,
what does
am
it
I on
look
the
like as
top
you're
bunk?
like? Yeah, you are.
My little
You just
toes
know
are
this.
dangling?
Like this is just the safest spot as like
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know to like sleep because it's the
Yeah.
most like hardest to get to. So
Okay.
naturally, Jinx would take the top bunk.
Got it.
Yeah, Becky, what's your potion kind of process look like?
Yeah, what am I seeing if you're making these potions? Describe it to
I
me.
don't know. I think I'm just like putting everything in my pockets and then like pocket lint and all that stuff.
Pocket lit. Okay.
I'm
like,
She
ugh.
has like a
I'm like,
prison
ugh.
toilet. She's got like a prison toilet, like that steel shit, and she just throws it all in there like hooch, and then she flushes
She
it.
pulls
and
gum
then
from like the
just,
bottom of the table and like puts it in
It's
one
like
of the
if I'm,
bottles.
it's like if I'm exploring on Minecraft, like anything that looks like it's worth anything, I just pick up. And then I just put it all in a potion. I'm like, oh,
Putting it in
fucking
different order in the
cow
crafting table,
seed.
trying to get it to make something. Yeah.
I
Just
literally
putting it
had
all in
a-
different orders. Yeah.
Yeah, like a
Okay.
fucking roots from a tree. I don't know. Just
Okay, I'm
anything
grossed
that I
out.
see that's cute.
I'm grossed out and I'll go back to my business.
Especially if it's cute. If it looks cute, I'm picking it up.
Yeah,
If it's a pink flower, I'm picking it up. I don't care if it's poisonous. I'm gonna put it
Yeah,
in my pouch.
throughout the day in Rivertide, Becky Sue has like gone in like when they were in the Tide and Change kind of like office. Like she saved it just like a little snap of that jerky. She pulled like some ink from a cartridge just to put in her satchel, like in like a little vial. Like there's just like a couple drops of like newspaper ink that's been put into a vial. There's been as they went out, there's some fur from that monster puppet's corpse that she stole away. She even might have like snagged a scale from the bartender.
Okay.
What
So
were
it's
they?
all
Were they lizard? What was there?
they were merfolk,
Okay.
Triton essentially.
Yeah, cool.
Just every time Becky Sue gets a chance, just take a so small, like it's inconsequential to the person or the individual, where like not even like a roll needs to be made, but like every person Becky Sue walks by, it's just a small little like dandruff from the dirty person's beard that she needs. Just like kind of takes a couple flakes in the vial, but also the
Less
beautiful.
of a science, more of a feeling with her.
Yeah, like
It's a
again, like
vibe. It's a
yeah.
vibe.
Hey, there's a beautiful flower. Pluck. Hey,
Lint. Hey.
there's yeah.
She's like a hippie. Like she went over to the patrol guard that was like Jesse died, and she like stole the breath of a man in mourning.
Oh my god.
Yeah, or there's a bead of sweat from Zora's brow.
I usually just
from the
go
first
up
time.
like while the people are talking, and I just kind
Honey.
of like scrape a little bit of their facial hair while they're talking.
Yeah, it's
Yoink,
all
pluck
it's
out
just
one.
all little things. Every interaction that Becky Sue makes, she takes something from. Which just kind of gives
Resourceful.
her charm.
Innovative.
Yeah, it's the
Naturistic.
backwoods elf of just using everything possible in her advantage
Look at
to
me.
just put in her satchel. It weighs almost nothing.
You said we panned back over to me.
Yes.
I think at this point, I asked everyone around the fire, like, why are you here? A bid for connection, if you will. I told my story. And I think at this point, I would just be eager to hear anybody else's. So I would probably like just pensively just be taking sips of my beer, my ale, thinking of home, missing Yura, missing my family, but excited to see the things that I'm going to learn and how much stronger I'm going to become and what I can bring back to my home through these adventures. And I'm hoping that I am putting my trust in the hands of people that are worthy of it. And my heart is big enough to believe that they are.
Okay, I guess at this point I'm done rummaging through my things. I'd hop off. Actually, no. I was waiting. I was seeing if I'm just waiting. I was waiting. I was giving it a second. I'll hop off. I'll hop off my my bunk one more time now that I've kind of set all my stuff up there and I've switched all the sheets around and done all that deal. I'd hop off the bunk and grab a chair and be like, all right, what do you want to know? After trying to avoid the question for as long as I can, she's just not you know what I mean? She's still sitting in the room, just clearly looking like I'm waiting, like she's not dropping it. So I'm like, all right, what do you want to know?
I would hope that the way that it comes across is just not only her intimidating presence, but just this genuine, that through her actions, you have seen that she conducts herself with honor. And, the first fight we got into, she was looking for a way to respectfully bury the bodies. She's constantly trying to figure out if she's doing the right thing. So I would hope that it would come across as less naggy and more she's filled with integrity. That is her value, is integrity and honor. And she wants to make sure that if she associates herself with people that they do the same. And it could be different. You could have your own perspective and your own values and morals, but as long as you have something to live for, then I think she's okay with that. It's she's not like a hero or anything. She's young. She's still just like everybody else in the room, but there's this, I feel like I would hope it's tangible. There's this desire that she has to know that other people care as much as she does, that there's a passion within you. And I think that's what she's looking for.
Well, I don't know if I can bring all that to the table. But it seems like a lot. It seems like a big ask. I don't know. It's kind of late. It's a big ask, but I do come down from the bunk because it seems as if she's waiting for me to answer the question because she's already kind of questioned who I am a couple times. So I tried to avoid it and just was maybe I was rummaging a little longer, hoping this conversation would trail off somewhere else, and it hasn't. So I hop off and I'm okay, feeling the pressure on my back, you know what I mean? Okay, what do you want to know? And I sit down. So your move here.
Why are you here?
I've been here a long time. Been here alone a long time. Just trying to get by at this point. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Who do you serve?
Myself. Myself. That's it. No one else will do it. It's up to me.
I can respect that.
I think we're all trying to serve ourselves a little bit. Life isn't
Yeah.
really worth living unless you're serving yourself.
Yeah.
I think Zora's a bit repulsed by that statement.
She's like, ugh. She's like, yourself. Ugh. She's like, no higher power, no great god, no holy meaning. I'm like, no.
Zora's not entirely a holy person, but what do you believe in?
This is directed at me still.
At anybody at the fire. Zora's not grilling you anymore.
Okay, okay.
When we were at the receiving, you know, when she had her moment with you, she
I cleared my aggro.
well, Zora's like I'm not gonna say Zora anymore. I'm just gonna talk like I am. I am Zora.
Be Zora.
I am very like tender, like open-hearted, like very like huge heart. I feel like the type of person that would fuck Zora over would feel bad about it if they had any conscience. So she leads with that. She is inquisitive, but to a certain extent, and she's gonna take your word for it. So she's not grilling you at all anymore.
I am in the clear, boys.
Fuck. But yeah, she's asking everyone like, what do you believe in? Like, so I don't want to. Okay, yeah. What do you believe in?
I'm kind of looking over at Ash.
I mean, I believe
Becky
in a lot
Sue's
of this.
here, Tweak is here, Applor is here, Ash is here. Everyone's here right now, so anyone can take a turn. And if you don't want to, that's fine. I know I'm getting very deep in theater, kid, but I'm having a good time. Okay, so we can shut her down if you guys have nothing to say. I am not offended. That's out of character, obviously.
Well, I mean, I feel like we're all here for a reason. I mean, I know in my case, I sure as hell hope there's things that I've done, things that have happened to me were for a reason. I think that's partially why I'm kind of out and about on my own for the first time in my life.
Yeah, you seem so young.
Yeah, I'm pretty young.
Your first time leaving where you're from?
Yeah.
Oh. And she just like
Although,
is
it's not
he
really...
close to her?
What?
Or is Ash close to Zora?
Yeah, sure.
Like Zora would wrap an arm around him and like bring him in. And like just his head, his hair. Just like bring him in and there's I got you, buddy. I know you can handle yourself, but I remember what it was like when I first slept home. Scary. Scary.
Yeah, I think scarier for different reasons, I think. But yeah, I understand.
What are the different reasons?
As far as being alone, I've kind of always been alone for like majority of my life, but this time it's more alone with myself type of thing, and not alone with like other people. Try not to like let too many people in as close as they, I don't know, try to be. Doesn't really feel like there's much a reason to.
Seems like you're not quite all alone, though, are you?
Oh, really? What makes you say that?
We've all heard it. Come on.
I'm gonna. So at this point, I'm gonna kind of try to lean forward. I think probably people are gonna pick up on it anyway because we're all sitting kind of close. But I'm just gonna kind of try to lean forward to Ash and be like, "Look, I don't gotta know, but just tell me, is there anything we should be worried about with this?"
Yeah, I'm an extremely good ventriloquist.
Ash, at this point, give me a perception check with disadvantage as Jasper leans in close to you.
A perception at
At
disadvantage.
disadvantage, correct.
Where is Sparky?
5.
The fuck?
Ooh, okay. You don't notice anything. Sparky's making lamb. But he's listening. He's got his headphones on. But yeah, no. I mean, with that, yeah. As you lean in, there's like almost he like reaches in with his left hand and just like quickly retracts it, and that's all you notice with a 5.
I don't remember what was said beforehand.
You said you were the best ventriloquist, right? Yeah. So I just kind of go, okay, and I roll my eyes a little bit. I say, okay, well, as long as we're not in immediate and present danger, we can drop it. And I'll kind of lean back and relax a bit, relax my stance.
I don't think I'm that dangerous. I'm not here to hurt anybody. I might have hurt some people that were trying to hurt us, but that's the only ever time it ever happens.
Can I wanna Zora believes that he's safe, but at the same time I kinda want to insight check.
Who?
Ash.
Okay.
I want to assess to see if he's dangerous.
Ash, join me in whispers.
Look at me, all suspicious of everybody. I'm like, I don't trust you.
You're sending everyone to the whisper den, dude. You're sending us all to the fucking whisper den, dude.
You know what's so funny is my first ever D&D character was evil.
Yeah.
Well, she wasn't evil, but she was like as evil as you can get. She was true neutral. Or chaotic neutral rather. She was chaotic neutral, so she would do whatever she wanted. She's like the type that's like probably Alistair Drake's alignment. How he will literally just take bribes and all that. Like that's how she was. And it's very interesting that I've gone from that to this character who is just truly trying to do her best. Like do good. And has like a family lineage and like honor tied to her. And it's not even just that, it's she's a soldier, she's a warrior. She's like, I want to be honorable because that's the only way I can get people to fight me that are also honorable. And why would you want anything? Like, why would you want to fight a cheater? So fucking funny, and I'm so sus of everybody because everyone's
It's so funny that you're checking everyone's shit, dude. You're like, all of you motherfuckers.
I don't want to. Hex wouldn't have cared about any of this.
What the funniest was, like, why didn't you bang on the box?
Yeah.
Wait a second, Jasper. Why were you two not acting like a caveman for an hour and a half? Something's up.
I mean, that would make her sus, right?
No, I know. It was perfect role playing.
Even though it was so funny because Zora's like the thing you would expect her to do is like bang on that shit and be like, bitch, and so
Yeah.
Open. Like
yeah, the open whisper is
a
nice.
Wizard or someone smarter that she's met. Like,
yeah, and it's like not.
Like,
we all checked it. Everyone checked it for magical properties, and we're like, nope, nothing, not a smidge, you know. And you're still like, open sesame.
Yeah, I feel like that was so her. It's
Yeah.
so her, dude.
Yeah, no, that was a good scene.
Yeah, it wouldn't let me fucking come back in here.
Heck
That's okay.
Shit.
Oh my god, in. Okay. I guess as things were said, you hear a "Don't you fucking hide me!" and that's it. And as that happens, obviously Ash kind of like, again, looks very deer in headlights. Oh fuck. Hides his hand in his chest.
Don't be scared. What are you afraid of?
So everyone heard that pretty loudly. It's a small room. It's enclosed. It's not Ash's normal voice. But Ash immediately like recoils and pulls his hand to his chest. I would say, I mean, at least Appelor knows. Tweak is suspecting. Jinx.
Did I insight check? I didn't even get to, right?
Yeah, so we
I
can.
didn't roll.
You can insight check this.
Because that's why you took it to the side.
Yes, but we're again with the question.
Dirty 20.
Yeah. So this with a 20, which beats your throw there. Or no, it doesn't. I'm sorry. It doesn't beat it. It doesn't. You just know that this has come from Ash and it is aggressive, and there's like a frequency of his voice that sounds similar, but it's not. With a dirty 20, which is pretty solid, but just doesn't beat his particular roll we threw. Still something hidden here.
I'm sitting right across from him. Like, we're like face to face. Can I roll as well to see like what I mean?
I'm gonna throw this particular roll to Appelor here.
Okay.
Just because of knowing what's going on, I'm kind of gonna throw this in his
Right.
direction of
Right,
how
okay.
he wants to react.
So okay, I know that there's some type of puppet. I've already established that and I think I've even communicated this out loud, that that's his secret, that's his thing to tell.
Yes.
So what's the ask? Like, I know they're trying to probe and pry.
They're probing and prying Ash right now. Like his hands in his chest, he's hiding it. But Appelor knows, and I just want to give you this particular, because again, like you have left it up, but it's like the ball's in your court at this point. To like again, surrounded by your newly formed party. This is a group that you want to convey trust to, that you want to hold the story for. I mean, there's without like talking too much for your character, like this is like there's a part of you that's want this to be like your story to tell. There's a small part, like not like in a I want to do this to do it in the kind of way, but like Appelor has this like I want to tell the story without telling too much of the story, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm
you know any good puppet songs?
You asked me that?
Yeah, I'm just kidding. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait, that gives it away. Here. Well, who's the most suspicious of the bunch? Is it just Zora? It seems to be Zora, the only one pressing him, really, right?
Zora and Jinx.
Both, okay.
And I think if you've been listening to what Zora says, and you've been listening, like just the whole conversation, I think ideally, if you want to roll insight, you can. But ideally, what you've assessed is that Zora is a very honorable person.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
very
I
much so like kind and would not be judgmental. Just wants to know so that she can know what she's dealing with. Like this is a party, like this is like she was solo before this. Like we all were. But she was solo before this, and the only time she's ever really held a companion was with her own family and with Yira. And there's like this is beyond her scope, you know. She's from a northern like tundra region, and this is so new. She did not think she was going to be in a party. She didn't think she was going to make friends and like do stuff with them, so it's very bizarre for her, and she's very skeptical
Right.
because she comes from a family that has a lot of integrity and honor, and that's her culture, that's her values. She wants to know that she's just basically all she wants to know is she's not with people who are evil.
Just
I
like
don't
in
think
good
she
company,
really
yeah. She's
yes,
not with
she doesn't care about the details as much. She's not trying to suss out like Ash's whole vibe or Jinx's whole vibe. She just wants
yeah.
to know she's not with people who are evil. That's all she cares about. So
What I'll do then, so I'm gonna cast Calm Emotions to try to dissuade that tension, that skepticism that's among the party members, especially Zora and who else was it? Jinx? Yeah.
Yeah.
Zora and Jinx against Ash. So I guess you guys can choose if you want to. I mean, you probably would want to roll against it. It's a check. Charisma saving throw.
I think
13.
I'll roll if you want, but I think Zora would be okay with it. Let me
It's up
roll.
to you. You would feel, yeah. So as I'm strumming my lute, you would kind of just feel like you would feel them. I'm not even trying to be discreet about it. You would even hear me. Is this yeah? This is verbal and somatic. So somatic, definitely, I'm strumming the lute. Verbal, you hear an incantation of sorts, and you would feel it kind of just, wash over you. You feel like the arcane influence. And I
I
would
failed
say,
anyway.
okay.
But I wouldn't have resisted. I just wanted to see what my role. But I think that Zora very much so trusts Apollar at this point because he seems to be good. And that's vague for
Yeah.
Zora. Like, but what it appears is that Apollar is just good or neutral at the very least, and that's all that matters. She just does not want to be associated with evil, so I think she would have let
You're gonna
him
vacuum down
follow
here?
her emotions very easily at this point.
What are you doing?
Yeah, what's interesting about Apolor, and
Bro,
actually, I'll
it's
try to
10
roleplay
o'clock at
this to the
night.
best of my ability. So, okay, so
Why
strumming
are
the
you
lute
vacuuming downstairs? It's
and Apolor, I can sense the apprehension some of you have against our companion here, Ash. And I know we've only met each other for perhaps a day or two, but I trust that we all are well intended, and we may have some secrets that we wish to keep for ourselves for the time being. I'm sure once we get more comfortable with each other, we'll be as family and we'll know perhaps too much about each other. But I think it's best for those secrets to come out when we are ready to divulge them. I don't sense any maliciousness or nefarious reasons for keeping things occult, but perhaps it's just best that way.
So, just to start, I've heard absolutely everything. So sorry, I was doing things to help my sister prepare for my dad's birthday.
All good?
But I feel like at this is a great point that Tweak would kind of come back in and
Hang on
say,
a second, Tweak. Hang on a second.
Of course.
Hang on.
I was going to respond to Apollo, by the way, in case you're
Yeah.
curious.
Well, he calmed emotions on me and Tweak, I guess too, or who else?
No,
I
And
guess
me,
yeah.
and me and
Jinx.
Jasper.
Well,
It was
he
specific.
said, yeah, he said just the two of us, but it was only because you weren't here. So let me just respond to that.
Okay.
And Zora, I'm just gonna say, I'm gonna put my hand on his shoulder. While he, or maybe like the middle of his, like the middle of his back. And while because he's strumming, I don't want to like fuck his arm up, while he's strumming.
He takes
his
like the
thing.
kind of like just masculine move of just like touching the small of his back, where he like kind of like
So, like I reach over to the small of his back, and then I just do like one of these to like the the arm, and not really, no, just the small of his back, and I just say like or in between his shoulder blades, and I just say, I hear you and I thank you. And I sit down next to him and I start sharpening my great sword. Or sorry, my great axe. Peacefully.
Nice. Yeah, and in true Apolor fashion, he as you're sharpening the blade, he senses the melody within it because I'm assuming you're doing it rhythmically, and he tries to almost like enter in some type of song with his lute as you're doing that.
Like I'm the percussion.
Yeah. Yeah, he's like shh, shh, and he's like ding, ding, just trying to enter that, like
I love
create
it.
some
Yeah.
type of some type of melody from that.
So good. I love it. Yeah, we're totally doing that right now. We're
Tweak comes in.
we're bardic fucking right now.
Yeah.
And then Tweak comes in. What does Tweak do?
I'm done.
No,
No,
I'm not doing
I'm
anything
curious
now.
at this point. I'm curious at this point.
Nah,
come on in.
It flowed from that RP.
No, go. I just wanted to respond to him because he calmed my emotions and Jinx's emotions, so I wanted to respond and get it over with. That's it.
No, dead set. That was a beautiful, not conclusion.
Yeah, I know.
It could be a conclusion, but I think you've, I think that I don't think Tweak would say anything, to be honest.
Tweak's just
I'm
taking
not blocking anything from. I'm not holding anything back. I think, there were so many times in that RP I wanted to fucking respond. I can't fucking tell you. I'm upstairs and I'm listening. I'm like, I'd say this, I'd say this. But no, it was beautiful. I think honestly, that's a great way to. I think Tweak would kind of almost hear what Zora had to say and almost like I think Tweak did want to say something, and I think it was along the line. But honestly, I think you did my job for me.
Please say it. Just
I'm
say
not.
it.
Honestly, sorry, Lou.
What's Becky Sue? Do you have anything at this juncture?
I have no clue what's going on, so no.
You didn't
Okay.
hear, babe?
No.
You didn't listen?
You're not listening?
No.
Why?
Because my brain is not working right now. I don't know.
Okay. So this is, I think this is a good point. Emotions are calmed. So
what
we'll
was Jinx's response
Okay.
to the
Yeah.
calm
Jinx.
emotion? Because I wanted to know because I had mine. Applelark calmed your emotions too. Because
Well,
you and I were
he
like,
didn't give permission to
oh yeah,
have his
Did you
emotions
roll?
calmed. He didn't
No.
consent.
I allow it. No, I'm
Okay,
giving consent.
So
I'm-
what
I-
is it?
yeah.
Because you and I are like a little toe to toe at the moment.
Well, so here's the thing though. So here's the thing. Here's the thing. I leaned forward to Ash, right, and I asked him, and he kind of gave me. He said he's a really good ventriloquist, and I was like, okay. But I wasn't ever really upset at any point. You know what I mean? I was just kind of like, I had a moment, right? I had a moment because we had both happened to sit down next to each other, so I asked. So I was never really upset. What I picture is when he casts calm emotions, I just kind of kicked back in my chair and just chilled. Like I just literally just chilled.
We didn't have to stop at that. Like actually at that time when you said okay, I could have responded some, but people were like going more deeper in it and shit and all that stuff. And Tyler wanted Apple to get in it. But as you would say that, I could reiterate back to you, and I would look at you in a dead face, pan manner, nothing. I'm not trying to be deceitful or any of that stuff, and I would just say, listen, there's a lot more to me than just me. And at this moment, when I told you that I don't usually this is the first time I've ever actually been alone. It's the first time that I've ever been alone in my current state, and it's very hard to manipulate. I mean, it's very hard for me to
Freudian
get
slip.
to get a grip on you know, a bit of normalcy, if I could say that.
Okay.
I
Okay.
appreciate it being so, you know, concerned, but it truly is just a puppet. There is things about me that are different, though.
He was definitely touched as a child.
I'll say for fuck's sake, how many goblins do you know that go around spewing smoke out of a fucking puppet? How many goblins do you know that, you know, can do the things that I've done so far?
Not too many. Not too many.
I'd imagine a lot of the ones that you've seen of me are, you know, barbaric little shits, right?
Half the time they end up gobbling.
I don't know. I heard of a little girl named Ryu who's pretty fucking cool.
Don't you dare do a goblin joke ever again.
Did you hear that?
No, what did you say?
I said, I don't know. I heard of a little goblin girl named Ryu who's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah. Ryu sounds cool, so.
She's pretty fucking cool.
All right, so here's what we'll do from here. Everyone kind of ties in and hits their bunks. Coals simmer down. The smell of smoke and like salty wood kind of burns out. And you wake up the next morning. There is a tied up parcel of the newest Tide and Change article. And on the front page, Tide and Change, Rising Tides, a new wave of heroes in Rivertide. Written by Ellie Wren, staff writer. Rivertide is no strangers to tale of heroism, but the latest arrivals to our beloved city have already begun to make waves, both in the hearts of our citizens and the undercurrents of our most shallowed allies. Earlier today, a curious group of adventurers arrived in Rivertide, quickly drawing the attention of locals and officials alike. Comprised of an intriguing mix of personalities and backgrounds, these newcomers seemed destined for greatness, or infamy, who's to know? Whether by design or destiny, they have already begun to leave their mark on the city. Jasper the Sorcerer has quickly become the talk of the town, a self-proclaimed wizard of grandiose skill. Jasper's true story is a bit murkier. Some say he's a street-savvy con artist who stumbled upon real magic by chance. Then there's Becky Sue, a street-smart survivor whose sharp reflexes, even sharper tongue, has already earned her reputation in Rivertide, known for her quick thinking and penchant gift for getting into and out of trouble. Becky Sue has a history that is tangled as the city lies. Her reasons for joining this ragtag group remain her own, but it's clear she's more than just a common thief. Standing out among the group, along with her biceps, her massive biceps, is Zora, the barbarian, whose towering presence and fiery spirit make her a formidable ally or enemy. Fierce and passionate, Zora's dedication to justice and protection of the weak has already begun to earn the admiration of Rivertide's citizens. Her mysterious past and unwavering resolve suggests a warrior who fights not just for herself, but a cause for greater than her own. Adding a touch of music and charm to the group is Appalor, the bard, whose voice can soothe or stir. Appalor has been captivating Rivertide's markets and taverns with his songs and tales, just recently noted by his bout with the panic at the tavern. But behind his charisma lies a shrewd mind and a heart that's seen its share of sorrow and understanding. His ability to influence others through his words and music is not to be underestimated, making him both an asset and a potential wild card. Ash the Warlock is perhaps the most intriguing and enigmatic character of the group. A reclusive figure who seems to carry a darkness within him. Ash is rumored to have made a pact with a powerful sock. His knowledge is untold. He comes from Sym Alari, I guess? Who's to say? His motivations remain a mystery, but we love him nonetheless. We have Tweak, an old wizard, shrouded by a millennia? Who's to say? But his charisma with the ladies seems to be unmatched. Though his past is largely unknown, his deep understanding of arcane lore and his experience in the world will make him an invaluable guide to the younger members of this group. But it's not just the individual members of this group that have people talking. It's the way they've already started to challenge the status quo. From defending the defenseless to investigating the city's darker corners, they seem to be driven by a purpose that goes beyond mere adventuring. Even Captain Alistar Drake, the no-nonsense leader of the Rivertide Guard, has taken notice. We don't need more trouble in the city, he said. Though the sources close to the Guard suggest he's keeping a close eye on their activities, perhaps recognizing their potential or threat. Even Lady Sephara, our esteemed mayor, has yet to comment on the newcomers, though one can only imagine that their presence in Rivertide will soon reach her ears. Whether she sees them as allies or adversaries could well shape the future of our city. As a journalist and lifelong resident of Rivertide, I've seen many adventures come and go. But this group, there's something different about them. Something that makes them think they could be one's turn to the tide in Rivertide. No pun intended, for better or worse. Keep your eyes on the street and your ears. Dear readers, we may just be witnessing the start of a new chapter in our city's history. One that could change everything. Until next time, stay vigilant, stay informed. The tides are shifting and the winds of change are upon us. Ellie Wren, staff writer, Tide and Change, covering the latest developments and undercurrents in Rivertide.
Hell yeah.
That's so dope! Let's go!
That's pretty cool.
Fuck yeah.
That's so good,
That was
Ty.
so
Thank
good,
you.
Ty. That was so good.
Oh, goosebumps. That's cool.
Who read it? Who read it? Who picked it up and read it? Who picked it up?
I'll leave it up to
I
you.
mean, I'm not gonna lie.
Roll
I-
a d6. Roll a d6. I'm
Okay.
number one.
I
I'm
respect the
number
roll.
one. I'm number one.
I feel like it would either be Apple or me.
Obviously.
I feel like we, out of maybe Jasper,
Do you think
but I feel
we
like
would have
out of us
Appelar
three, at
read
least
it?
one of us would.
Okay,
I
sure
feel
okay.
like
Apple
it's a very
read
old
it.
man
Okay,
thing to
okay.
wake up in the morning,
I'm going-
get a
listen.
drink before everyone else, and be sitting there
No.
reading the paper.
Okay, I'm going for straight, like, who
Roll?
I would think it was. No, I'm not going to roll. Well,
Okay.
I will roll.
No.
But-
Who do you think it was? Who do you think it was?
It's the fucking old dude. It's
Reading
the
the
old
newspaper,
man.
dude.
Reads the newspaper. He's like,
Yeah.
oh,
Sorry,
no,
Yeah,
I
he's
didn't
gonna
hear
go for the
anything.
newspaper
My
first.
headphones went out. What was that?
It's
The
you.
highlight of
It's
my
fucking.
day.
It's fucking.
He said
Tweak.
you.
Because-
He said it would be you.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
you're like
okay,
the
yeah,
earliest
yeah.
one to rise because you need like 3 hours of sleep. And
And I
you
need to
get up.
pee. I need
Yeah.
to pee, 100%. Yeah.
Your
Oh, yeah, you gotta
prostate is
pee.
fucked. But
I
yeah,
fist
So
bump
what would,
peanut.
how would you tell us what you read?
so
To be honest, what would happen? I'd read. You're all dead asleep. I feel like, except maybe I don't know if anyone feels like they'd be
we've
up early.
woken up. Just imagine that with like we greet you with like we're all awake now. We're all awake. We all woke up. We greet you with this newspaper. Maybe you've been holding it for 4 hours, just like you know, who knows? But like
No,
we're
I've
awake
giggled.
now.
I've 100% giggled when he said, "What did he say about Tweak in regards to he's with the ladies?" Essentially, when he complimented him with the ladies,
He's the
Grick's
Rizzler.
like, "That's right," and I fist bump peanuts, and maybe that might be when you guys might stir or slowly wake up, and I'd be like, "Well, gosh dang, Ellie, that was wonderful. And I put it, and I anyone who's up, I'll be like, come have a read of this. And yeah, we all share it around 100%.
All right, who would be excited about it? Applear, Jinx.
Definitely, yeah, definitely Applear, because that's like, and he would even say like, "Oh, our tale begins as our notoriety grows."
Damn. Twig's obviously happy. See, and I'm tapping the newspaper, like kind of like at that. See here, wisdom. Hear that? Looking at all of you. Anyway, that's how Twig would react.
And I'd elbow Applear, be like, I love that they included my biceps.
Oh yeah, I mean they're quite hard to miss.
You like that?
And to answer your question from last night, I didn't want to kind of steal the spotlight from everyone else, to give everyone an opportunity to speak for themselves. But for me, my purpose here is, quite frankly, whatever each and every one of your purposes is, or I'm a humble servant to you all, and anything I can do to assist your tale of heroics is what I want to do.
Bye-bye, Louie. Bye-bye, Pink.
Why?
I would love to say that I have altruistic views on it, but you're right. In order for me to become a full-fledged bard, it is a requirement for me to assist any heroes in becoming so.
And with that, Zora just like hits it, like, punches him like in a benevolent way, like punches him on the shoulder, and then brings him in by the other shoulder and just goes, "You couldn't have picked a better group."
That is quite evident. I'm beyond excited myself. It would seem, here's the thing, this is something that initially started out as, I guess, an academic endeavor, perhaps a job, but I'm actually beginning to find joy in this.
I'm happy you're here too. It's gonna be fun.
Not one to be.
I think Twig.
Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
No,
You
go ahead.
I was just gonna say Appleor was just like not one to be mushy. He kind of clears his throat. Like you can see him getting a little emotional, because I guess I'll give this to you for free. Like, his little bit of backstory, but he, like, all his life was in the academy, kind of like, and he saw this as like, okay, this is what I need to do, and he never really had like a circle of friends or any family. In fact, as far as he's an orphan. If you would have asked him, he would have told you like he keeps his identity kind of like fluid for that reason, because he doesn't see himself as being almost like a person, really. His purpose is, again, to just serve you guys. But anyway, so he gets a little emotional with this, and he starts to like tear up, but he brushes it off because, of course, he has to. He, cool, calm, collected type of
Does
guy.
Zora see it though?
Up to you, I guess. He's not trying to like hide it,
If
so
Zora
it's up to you.
saw him tear up, she would grab both sides of his face and just on the cheek, like 1,000,000%, and just be like, "Love you, buddy. You're okay."
He just blushes. He's like, "Yeah, I think it's there's probably some adventuring for us to do. Would you say?"
Endless. I can't.
All right. Well, let's prove those words in that paper correct, and let's get to adventuring.
Tweak isn't going to say anything, but on a level here, I think Tweak's actually really disturbed by Applear. And I think he feels, or not sorry, but I think he's really concerned. Because I think these sorts of behaviors.
Get into it.
I think that these behaviors, ones that are completely selfless, like I know you mentioned altruistic, and that's kind of and everything I've seen so far from Applear has been so supportive and selfless of other people. But I think Tweak, is really disturbed by this behavior. Not in the sense of you're not selfish, but in the sense of like, I don't know. I think there's a level there where I don't know how Apollar feels towards himself. So I'd love to get into that at some point. I think Tweak would love to kind of, not delve, but I think last night probably would have been he wouldn't do it in the morning here because I think he's still kind of reeling over the newspaper. But yeah, I think that's kind of, he'd love to know. Well, actually, maybe I'd look at Apollar and maybe I'd ask him, I'd say, Apollar, you ever done anything for yourself?
What do you mean? In what way? I mean, I feed myself. I take care of myself.
Never mind. And I'll leave it there.
Bookmark that and message me, because we'll say that for next time.
Mark that and yeah, okay. Do you want me to?
Yeah, please. So we'll leave off tonight with that. Everyone's kind of reveling from their newfound fame. This glowing kind of report from the Tide and Change, for what it's worth for anybody. A roll of freshly minted gold coins in their pocket. A vicarious mission just completed from the River District. And a quite intriguing party to attend later tonight in the Hillside Heights with a questionably moral captain of the guard of Rivertide. To attend later tonight.